disappointment. Now the vice president often tell me, since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nima County was done by him. He and I would discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I don't talk only.
Now you need to see us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you. That's why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
The good person in our whole United Party, that President Baka. You want to say that again? The only person that appreciate good among all the United Party for that President Baka. The rest are ungrateful. The right, they use you and dumb you. But President Baka, if all of them were taking the President Baka and behaving the President Baka, United Party will have another chance in 2029. Just for now, they do not regard people that help them. I'm not.
3 of our soldiers were executed on this party ground. 2 at the back and 1 right at the headquarters. The man who shot and killed our people today is a darling boy in the Liberia National Police. They brought him back to shoot more guns. Get ready to shoot. Because we challenge the status quo appropriately.
Inform them the violence or any student because of their action. It will be the day the entire Garguah administration will cut down. We will massively violate the students in this country and we'll shut down the Garguah administration. The day that happens, we have the capability to do so. And if they think this is the renovation project is a joke, let them try. The fall of the Garguah administration begin with this. If they think they will temple on any student in this country or at the university like going and water with impunity, while our children saving opponents and lottery in the Western world, while we are subjected to actual poverty and bad learning conditions here, and the thing will say. In
the first 100 days, no car will get stuck on a major road in this country. And I mean it.
You say you're alive?
It's going down. First blow. There you have it.
That led to decades of war still run deep. But so too does the longing for reconciliation. A reconciliation defined not by political bargaining or by an artificial balance of power by tribe, region, religion, or ethnicity, but by the equality of opportunity and a better future for all Liberians.
Garguah can lie, the government, all the ministers in the government, they can lie. They don't put all hustle, they put hustle, they lie. Everything they say, they never say the truth.
Today, the supporters of His Excellency Joseph Garguah presents him as a poor man from Lofa and asserts that he will understand the plight of the poor people. Fellow Liberians, do not be fooled. Vice President Garguah is not poor like you, not even as me. As Vice President, his office received more money from the government budget than any other Vice President has received in Liberia's history. He has enjoyed some of the best and most lucrative government jobs.
First of all, there's this, what I call sort of vicious lie about the fact that Mr. Pewee is gay or bring gay lifestyle to Liberia. It's complete bullshit. When people can accuse you of stealing people's money, when they can accuse you of being involved in war, anything, people don't make up stuff. They don't make up shit. Excuse my language, right? So it's complete nonsense. I'm married, 8 Teresa, 2 children, 5 grandchildren. I believe in traditional family values, so it's complete bullshit, complete nonsense.
Young man, vice president, young man that vice president, the man just stole 500,000. I mean, Jamaica, the man just went to, I forgot that Jamaica, the man just went to Ghana, the fit, and the man bring it all company in the country. I mean, Kun, they can't reach yourself. Kun, man, you know, Kun, but I want to sophisticated, quiet, hardcore rule in Labro. But Labro,
when 2029 come and pass, then you finally leave. Mission is completed. Now, what the rules of engagement? When the war ended, the guy said, the captain, the commander said, mission complete. There winner out first. All men on board.
Everywhere there is no school, I'll put school. And everywhere there is school and school in bad condition, I'll renovate it. I told them, towns and villages, everywhere you will have lights in a town for children to play and people to see. I told them, every town will have safe drinking water.
If Charles Taylor is the problem, he will be out of here in the twinkle of an eye. And I say, let well-meaning Liberians come home. If we respect this constitution, a government formed in Accra is a violation of Article 1 of the Constitution. Let them come home. Let that government be formed in Monrovia.
The government that capital Rosemont, small road, B road, all kinds of places. I think the reason Joseph Boakai will not do much because the old man, the papa is suffering. The papa loves the country, but he can't make it. The criminal there around him, they sophisticated than him. They are sophisticated criminals, so they can't make it.
Your league Costa, God know how to pay people. It's just simple. Costa that accused everybody but himself. Everybody, Joe, we join, we kill Joe, he killed Joseph Boakai. Boakai still living. Joe, no, you leave better. He made me senator. He almost made Joseph Boakai president until he screwed up. We gave God the glory. Yeah. Well, Boakai, when he screwed, he said, oh, we don't want to make sure we fought for him to be reconciled with the president. And then the people who fought for him. Look, Yoli Costa, you come. And Costa was in a podcast, he said, they don't been calling me. Okay. The time you were calling me for me to carry the president, Boakai, did I put it on radio? That immaturity to do what you're talking about.
And I
no, son,
guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or the loser. Today, we all wear the jersey of Liberia. And the victory belongs to the people, to the peace, and to our democracy. As we begin to build upon the foundation of this new Liberia, I, George Seleke Kromah, the new president, will first give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for the blessing He has bestowed upon our country. And I say, my people, thank you,
We elected on 85 irresponsible men what happened to our country. We elected on 85 irresponsible men to govern this country, not to be very irresponsible.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jerome Gayman, the boy from Grand Bassa County. I am here today with my friend and brother, my colleague, Junkies Morris from Freedom FM. I want to say hello to all of our friends, but let me welcome Junkies. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, and welcome to everyone following. I want to say greetings. How was your weekend, Mr. Gayman?
Well, I had a great weekend. Went to the beach. Took the family out for dinner. We had a great time. Listen, man, I can't complain. We are doing very well. Thank you very much. Hopefully, you had a great time as well.
By His grace, we are gathered here.
Excellent. For the first time, I'm seeing my sister from New Jersey, Rosalind. No, from New York. I mean, is that New York? She's from Minnesota. She was in Texas. Then she was in Berlin. Then she was in Switzerland. Rosalind Welling, thank you very much for tuning in. I was in Liberia. I went looking for you. You didn't call me. You didn't return my call. So you owe me one. Rosalind Welling, you are doing very well. Thank you very much. But yes, welcome to the show, guys. Share the show. Let everybody know we are here. I am actually here. Our parent company, that is Truth FM 106.0. And then our partners are Freedom FM 87.9. If you are in the Grand Bassa County area, you will be listening to us either by way of Radio Maison or Ablige. Wherever you are tuning in, let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods. Let us send a shout out to the folks. Rosalind, if you're in the oldest Kamara area, let us know so we can send a shout out to your neighbors or your neighborhood. Let me welcome Honorable Pewee, Sylvester Pewee. Welcome to the show. Been a while.
Someone called me. They said, the Bible very powerful. Jerome Gayman said you got to stay clear if you did. So I say, yeah. Let me. Great to be on the show tonight. Let me extend my deepest sympathy to the GOP. For the loss of one of the Shakazova cross-party line Senator
Lindsey Graham,
yeah, on the demise of the senator. We just got his sister, his only sister, and the person that he adopted was just named as the person to replace him up to the period of the next elections, if you will. So, but it's good. It's good to be on the show tonight. We look forward to having some very great discussions relative to the country and some things unfolding. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Look at the chief himself. Today gotta be a special day. All the big haters are here. All the home run haters are here. We're gonna hit them go home. Welcome, Chief Tomalin George. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. It's good to be back on the show after I spent the weekend in Katy, Texas. One of my sisters, my niece's graduation celebration this morning, and had a very great, good family reunion, and it was very exciting to be with family. So it's good, and welcome, Jenkins, right? Junkies Morris. So Gayman, and let me announce that beginning tomorrow, we have this tradition. Every July 26th, we raise funds for our guys working at the station. So, by the 24th, we send what we raised for them for the 24th, they and their family. So, beginning tomorrow, we start putting our cash up and to raise funds for the guys at Freedom FM and the guys at True FM and our guys on the ground. Those who are involved with our show, not everybody now. Only those who are involved with the closing argument are the ones we raise these funds for. And our good supporters and followers have been very kind to us for the last 3 to 4 years. They're always to help us. And whoever we raise, we send it to these guys in Liberia because we know their family, they and their families need to celebrate. But understand, 26 is one of the most important holidays in Liberia, not Christmas. So 26. Yep. Yeah, because in those days when we're growing up and my parents don't buy my 26 clothes, I would cry. So we won't wear 26 clothes on that day, and we go around the play and say, Happy 26 Minatai, Minatai. We sing all that song there. So that's why I take 26 very serious. So our guys in Liberia, our guys who produce our show at Freedom FM, Truth FM, and our journalists on the ground, want to bless you guys this 26th. So we'll start by tomorrow and raising money to see how best we can raise enough to send it to Liberia so you and families can enjoy the 26th and celebrate. So whether government pay or government not pay, you guys at least will get something at least, about what we try to do. So it's a good time. That's Mr. Gayman, yes. And so we're here for a good show tonight. Thank you.
Yeah. Before I forget, please send me your daughter's Cash App or Zelle. Hello, give her. I'm not sending it to you. I'm sending it to her. You didn't do anything. You didn't graduate. She didn't want to graduate. send me. But yet, Mr. Joe, you have done exceptional well with those girls, and you got to be a tough father, man, to work with the girls. The girls are tough, but they are the apples of our eyes. We worship them. They are great, and to see your daughter walking across the aisle is quite an achievement, man.
Yeah. And Peabody, thank you, man. I know you, but Peabody, the man's a silent giver, so he don't give and talk about it. But I was just informed. Our in Texas people, they told me, they said, "Oh, Peabody." I said, "Oh, I don't even know. The man a silent giver. That's how a man of God gave. They don't show it, they don't announce it. They do it silently, and they do it handsomely too." So when I saw it, I wasn't shocked that he gave it, but I was just knowing Peabody gave a lot, so he's not the person who will go and make big stuff.
Peabody sent me my small thing, yeah.
For Pewee, when you're out socializing, Pewee all want to fight to take over the bill. Like if I'm not going to the man, you want me to pay. You want me to overpay.
I know you fight him by the end. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, the man, what the man would do? You say, you tell the person, don't tell the guy. Then when you want to pay, then they say the man I take you already. Every time, but you don't man forget it. I did anything, man. But these are all great guys. They just show the soft side and so forth. But Mr. Graham, before Graham.
Lindsey Graham, that's right. We are the same people.
Yeah, sad news to learn about Lindsey Graham. He used to be the Mavericks during those days with John McCain.
That's correct.
But then after that, I think he just lost a little bit. But he had been one of the guys who worked behind the scenes with Democrats to do some support of them in bipartisan stuff. But he's one of the guys who people don't know, but one of the guys who had Trump ears, who calmed Trump down,
Oh, yeah.
That's why Trump is, this devil is touching Trump. Trump is really moved by his passing. And then lastly, too, one of our Liberians, a musician, gospel musician, Prince, man, that one shocked me. Last night I was in Texas, and then somebody just told me, say, "Hey, about Prince." I was shocked. He's a guy who played for our church back in the days in Liberia, the Methodist Church. He goes around and help people play for the church. A great organist, great musician, lovely, very, very, very lovely young man, very sociable man. I don't know what happened, but I learned for his passing last night too before I went to bed, and just broke my heart. Mr. Gayman, Mr. Peabody, junkies. Every time you get up in the morning, give God the glory. You know what's going to happen next. Just continue to do good to your fellow man. Treat them as you want to be treated, and just praise God for good health and for another day, because we know when our time will come. Trust me.
Sure.
We just going to say, praise God every day. But my condolences to his family, and I pray that peace to his blessed memories, and just a sad time for the gospel Liberian gospel musical world that lost one of their greatest.
Let me welcome great guy. Peabody, welcome.
Good to see you, Mr. Gayman. Good to see you. Junkies Norris, good to see you. Welcome again to the Closing Acumen, guys. Happy to be here. Been a long, busy weekend. I've been traveling, basketball. I'm on it again this Thursday. But again, like Tomalin has said, it saddens to hear the news of Prince Morris, especially. I've known Prince. He helped a lot of people produce music around here, gospel music and all of that. Great guy. But the sad thing is, Prince's wife died just 2 years ago. His wife died, and he was with the kids, and he died now, and the kids we pray for those kids and pray for God to find a good guardian for them. But Prince was a great guy. He helped everybody, easygoing, great singer, great guitarist, and had his own studio, sang with different groups. And I couldn't believe it this morning. But
it's death. It doesn't tell you when it's coming. So we'll keep friends in prayer. Others, the Graham family as well. We'll keep them in our prayers and our best wishes. But it's good to be here on this beautiful day and to showcase some of the happenings in Liberia and, some things that we're going to be talking about. I understand that, I don't know what the guy told you. I understand we got a segment where we're going to talk about a special package for Liberian July 26 from the Emmanuel Nufuri's Foundation. We're going to talk about that. But Mr. Gayman, good to see you. Good to see you, sir.
Yes. Rasley, well, you are not going to respond to me. So you can try all you want. You are not responding. Rasley is a great lady. Obviously, one of the, I won't say what, but when you want to, you think Sarah Dopoh is a diehard CDC. You mess with Rasley and CDC, you are done. So I don't go there. But ladies and gentlemen, we will give Junkies Morris few seconds to identify the station and welcome his guest, and then we will go into our show for the Junkies. Welcome your audience.
Okay, thank you there, Mr. Gayman, and I want to say good evening to you, Dr. Heron Peabody, Chief Tomalin. Welcome to you guys, Honorable Sylvester Pewee, and thanks for the effort for allowing Liberians to be aware. This is Freedom FM 87.9, and this is the closing argument here on your favorite radio. Our platform panelists, Mr. Jerome Gayman is here, Honorable Heron Peabody is here, Honorable Chief Tomalin Josh is here, Sylvester Pewee is on, and we are expecting other panelists. Freedom FM 87.9. If you are following us via the radio, keep tuned, more to come. And if you are following us via our live stream, we want to say keep following and share our live stream. To our followers here, let's recognize a few of them. Since we don't have time, we now recognize everyone. Vinicius Junior Bar is watching from Nuku Town. Emmett Hammer is watching from Calcutta City. Tommy Johnson is watching us. Rosalind Wenley is following. Prince T. Bondo is also following. Nipe Moses is following. William W. Wu is following from Carwell. Siafa King Josh is watching from Herringtown. Rosalind Wenley is here live. Mike Borrow Jen is following. Annie Toy is following. And all of you following us, D Money, you are there following live. Esther Harris, and all of you following. This is the closing argument here on Freedom FM 87.9. My name is Junkies Morris, and back to you, Mr. Jerome Gayman, for control.
Thank you very much, guys, for following. Share the show. Let us know where you are tuning in from. Let us know what's on your mind so we can also join, because when we produce this show, by press time, after press time, there's a lot that goes on, and we would like to hear what's happening in your neck of the woods. We'd like to know what's happening in your community. But now, before I go around and go to our friend, in the next 35 minutes at 6 o'clock on the dot, which should be 10 o'clock your time, we are going to go to the phone to hear what our friends and people have to say about current events in Liberia. And after we close the show with Freedom FM, then we'll go on for the next hour or so discussing other things on Truth FM exclusively and everybody else that listens. But what's on my mind is it's a very disturbing issue that's going on, I believe in local government. In my hometown of Myean, Grand Bassa County, it just came to my knowledge and to my attention this morning that a young lady, 16-year-old girl, was pregnant. She had a cesarean section at a government hospital. While she was in the recovery room, her baby disappeared. The baby disappeared, and up to press time, they cannot find the baby. This is 2026. A young lady went into labor and had a cesarean section. After the surgery, they took her into recovery, and the baby was in the baby ward. Wanted to find out that the baby got missing. Somebody took the baby. The hospital said they had no idea who took the baby. Unbelievable. That is what's on my mind, and I'm going to be talking about it, and hopefully I'll be making some call to the superintendent, to the governor, whoever it is in Bassa, and hopefully too, as far as the Justice Ministry is concerned. How in the world, 2026, you are going to have a cesarean? Take the baby out of somebody's stomach, and in a few hours, the baby disappears. We will talk about it, but that is what's on my mind. Let me start with Honorable Pewee. Honorable Pewee, what's on your mind?
Maybe that's a human interest story, and I will share your sentiments to also have that on my mind so that we all collectively can discuss it. But one of the things that is on my mind actually today is the debate. I received a lot of calls today from, and that's one of the reasons why I even was moved to ask that we have the discussion about what is unfolding and it's part of the same thing about one of the journalists was saying to me, I think we will see if we can get Senator Finney on the line, because himself was very impressed about that. He said to me, the July 26 package to the people of Grand Bassa County by one of the Bassa citizens. I think Senator Finney, he was just on the phone with me a little while ago. He was also impressed about that, also of politicians and someone that in my thought process that is not seeking political jobs and trying to see and what is unfolding in Grand Bassa. And also I've been seeing some massive domestic project from the same Grand Bassa County from the current superintendent. I've been seeing some beautiful home structures around all over in Grand Bassa County. I think these are things we should actually highlight. So, Honorable, the Nukuri Foundation donation to the old folks home and other people of Grand Bassa County across the county, and that of the superintendent own initiation in terms of pushing a lot of massive deliverables in terms of projects. In many years, we haven't seen those kind of a massive kind of a innovative project coming from the superintendent. I thought that warrant some level of commendation and some of those things. So these are the things on my mind, actually.
Excellent. That's the work of Honorable Caillou Johnson, the new superintendent of Grand Bassa County. Let me go to Honorable Tomalin George. What's on your mind?
Well, Mr. Gayman, this really caught my attention. This Emmanuel Nuku Reese Foundation. I mean, I've been hearing about this man. He's one of Liberia's greatest humanitarian. He's not into politics, and so no one can tell him, so, oh, he's doing it for politics. And every time, and to see what he's doing for this 26 is interesting. Giving rice and oil across Grand Bassa County to the visually impaired, old folks and other members of the community, the different communities across Grand Bassa County as part of the July 26 celebration. And he given these donation to the citizen. And honestly, I'm not, maybe somebody correct me, I'm not seeing any elected officials that have gone this mark to do what he's doing. And it is interesting. For me, I want to spend some time on this. For the first segment, I hope we can discuss it. Maybe other people will be encouraged to follow suit. But the Emmanuel Nuku Reese Foundation began distributing food supplies to residents across Grand Bassa County today for the July 26th. wow, I mean, and the thing that's really touched me is that it's not somebody to say, oh, he's running for for office or he's a politician. That's a humanitarian from what I was told. And I'm not hearing him being involved in politics at all. I've been hearing all I hear about him is his goodwill. And so my mind is I'm really moved about this for the July 26th to see the Emmanuel Nuku Reese Foundation giving this kind of a package to our people in Grand Bassa. It's something that hope we can spend some time talking about, because this is what interests me right now. I'm really interested about in this contribution. I'm really moved by it, because I've been to Bassa. I went there recently. And what I saw, the people need this kind of help. They're really in need of this kind of help, and our elected officials. I'm really touched about it. At least hope they can all be part of it, enjoying this effort and maybe be encouraged. But I'm very encouraged with Mr. Gayman. This was really on my mind right now. This contribution for the Reese Foundation.
Thank you very much. Nuku Reese have been doing very well. He donated handsomely to the Bassa High School Association the last time. So he has been doing very well. He's been blessing other folks. Let me welcome Dr. Peabody. What's on your mind?
Good to see everybody, man. Good to see everybody. You know, it's not surprising if I hear about Mr. Nuku Reese. I was at a program one time, and he was very generous, you know, good guy. But also that story you talk about, that little girl who died at the Buchanan Hospital, is very interesting.
No, the child didn't die. The child disappeared.
It disappeared from the hospital. Somebody stole the child from the hospital. You know, that's a very, very, very interesting topic. Very interesting topic. You know, so, but you know, I will talk to the Nuku Reese thing when we get to that part. But that little girl disappearance is another very important issue as well. Very important issue.
Yes, and we got to say this, for them to reach out to the closing argument tells us, to the management, to those the folks who did the initial investment in this platform, the people are reaching out to you for substantive news, things that affect our human conditions. Her child, herself, 16 years old. You know, this is what we talk about, teenage pregnancy, when the child is not fully developed to have a baby. The baby could not go through her pelvic canal, so they had to do cesarean section to deliver the baby, which they did successfully. Healthy baby was born. Mother was taken into delivery, the recovery room, only to find out that the baby disappeared. And the nurses and security and people in the hospital, nobody knew what happened. They can't remember who took the baby out of the place, and the baby just walked. Somebody just walked out of there with the baby. It's unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how where we are. Let me read to you what's on our menu. Then we go into other things. Today, the CMC leader, Musa Bility, threatened protests about the cocaine probe. Mr. Cummings, Alexander Cummings, demand international probe into the $19 million cocaine seizure. He said he will lead. The court in Liberia reserved ruling after the final argument in the $19.2 million cocaine case. The ruling party chairman says he says that he will submit a list of non-performing ministers and government officials to be sacked by President Joseph Boakai. Honorable Sano reject UP chairman's call for cabinet reshuffle, and he defends Joseph Boakai's team. President Boakai orders immediate reopening of Phoebe Hospital and establish a committee to resolve the issues in Liberia. Now, this happened, we had to talk about it. During the week, the past month or so, Mr. Wilmer Pay have been very vocal against the ills of society, especially the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. But today, something strange happened this weekend. The Vice President, after taking heat decided to visit Mr. Pewee. After the backdoor deal and after consultation, they walk out of that meeting smiling. Some are saying Mr. Pewee was making noise because he was out of the club. Now that he has become member, he has been rejoined, re-invited into the club. Now that he's part of the club, his advocacy is no longer valid. He is now smoking a peace pipe with the vice president. Does that make all the allegations he talked about go away? So we'll talk about that briefly before we go to that. But let me start with the chief himself. Chief, Wilmer Pewee seems to be like he has returned home. It looks like all the allegations and everything else he was talking about seems to be now that we have smoked the peace pipe. There's no need to be vocal and critical anymore. Some people find it very suspicious.
Well, you know, Mr. Gayman, the last 2 weeks or so there have been a lot of bad press about the vice president. You know, he's been in the news, and then number two, with the fact that that the people in Nima, the officials, they have been having there have been friction between them, and I'm sure he's being advised that look, try to get things under control. You're losing this county, you're going to lose this county, you're going to put it back together. It's going astray. And so I'm sure that's why he made that move and so forth. But here's the thing, though. Wilmer Pewee has to be, he has to be a very smart politician now, strategic, because we in 2026, election is 2029. Now, if he want to be taken seriously, he want to be to stand his ground, he has to be very strategic. He has to be very measured, okay? Because if he just surrender and his trump card so quickly, and it may affect him, he may become irrelevant, and then perhaps he may not be where he right now. People sees him as a very strong voice. So now, but the picture they saw on the weekend, people want to see what will be his next reaction when he appear on the radio again, when he appear on a platform. How will he respond to questions? Whether he will still be in a critical stance, or will he be singing praises to the vice president? And that's what people want to be watching in the next couple of weeks, months, and so forth. So he has to be very measured. It's good that the people made that outreach. It's important. If you want to have control of the county, you bring the county together. But Wilmer Pewee want to be relevant in the coming election, so he has to hold his trump card. And his trump card was what he tried to do recently, try to cover what's happening in the unity party and in the government. So now, and also he called the VP. So now let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks and months, if that will change. Because the next time they put a microphone to him, he would want to hear what he's gonna say, and so forth. So we're watching. But if you play your hands too early, you may just be, after all that and the fanfare and thing, your knock glasses off, your smile finish. Next time they move on. Then when you're talking, they're supposed to, oh, come on, you're talking now because XYZ. So that's why you got to be strategic. What are they asking? What are the vice president visit? What about the reconciliation? I mean, you're gonna still stand your ground. You're gonna still be that strong voice you say you're gonna do, or you'll be more reconciliatory with the vice president. That's what we're gonna see. So we're watching to see what happens going forward. But as a leader, the smart thing you want to do is do what the vice president did to find out he's losing grip of the county. If the people voices are there, and he said, vice president, how you play the game? He called him uncle. He said, my elder brother. The term you're very, very strategic with words, and giving Wilmer Pewee the feel that, okay, yeah, hey man, I respect you. You will up there, my big brother and my uncle, everything, and so forth and so forth. So that's why people were watching to see. But I think right now, all I can say as a politician, political analyst, we're just watching to see what next will happen. I mean, that's all I can say right now. Let's watch what happens.
Excellent. Let me go to Honorable Pewee. Honorable Pewee has the vice president become a giant killer Okay, let me go to Honorable Peabody. Then I go to Junkies. Honorable Peabody, I think many people are saying we have seen this movie before. You want favor, you want to be heard. You come out and you cause a lot of noise. They bring you into the boys' club, and then you get your share, and then everything. Is this where we headed with this here?
Women Pay mentioned some things. He said he has a lot of information. He said some of them they didn't know some information that he has. They didn't know that he had them. And they thought he didn't know, but he knows about all the different shitty deal that the crossing with the minerals and other places and stuff like that. And he said that one of the reasons they had to kick him out. So I believe Weymouth kind of spilled the beam here, brought out some stuff, and the VP is trying to reach out to him now to see how we can calm it. But you sat there and this man accused you that he was fired because of you and because your involvement in some things, because you wanted them to do something, want him to do something that he refused to do it, that he was fired because he was protecting the Liberian people. These are the very words of Weymouth Pay. So I think he reaching out, it shows that, for me, it shows very fishy. It shows that there may be some things that Weymouth Pay has on him and he doesn't want Weymouth Pay to put out there, and you reaching out to him. Just a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, that Weymouth Pay said that. And you go out there and say you smoked the peace pipe. So now tell the Liberian people, why are you smoking peace pipe? What's going on with you and Weymouth Pay? What was the issue? So apparently what Weymouth Smith has said then is a fact. What Weymouth Pay has said. Everything he said, then maybe that could be true. And that's why you see the vice president going out to his home and trying to engage him so early after such a comment,
Wow. Let me go to Mr. Morris. From the Freedom FM family here, we are talking about something that some of us who've been around for a while know. We've seen this movie before. We know how it usually ends. Mm-hmm. So we know the script. This man began to gather the courage of being the voice of the people. A guy who was under the water with the alligators came out of there unscathed, came out and said, down in that water, they're doing a lot of nasty things, bad things happening under there. Then all of a sudden, the big alligator gets up and take you to lunch. And now you are hugging the alligator, you're tapping each other on the back, and the people will say, but alligator was supposed to be eating everybody. Look, alligator is a friendly alligator. They may lie on the alligator. Junkies, this one look too fishy.
and so I want to agree with all of you tonight in regards to the recent posture coming from Mr. Weymouth Pay. You see, Honorable Weymouth Pay or Mr. Weymouth Pay coming up to inform Liberians as to happenings, especially in the mining sector, was almost like a reawakening of the Liberianization spirit. And for some of us, we felt encouraged, and we were the silent supporters of Mr. Weymouth Pay, that he could muster the courage and remain mayor to push that in the interest of Liberians. But what is being witnessed now is astonishing. And from the angle of the vice president, my analysis is a clear conscience fears no accusation. So if your conscience is clear enough, what is it that you have in common with Mr. Weymouth Pay that just exposed your government to the whole world, that your government is divisive, your government is deeply entrenched with corruption and taking away from the Liberian people on a daily basis, and even made some loud allegations that up to now cannot be countered by the Unity Party government. And today, you as the vice president that should be protecting your government is seen in bed with the individual who verily wants to bring your government down. In my mind, it clearly indicates that almost everything that was said by Mr. Wilmot Pewee is true.
Mr. Gayman?
Yes.
Just a minute, please. Sorry, Morris. We don't want to turn it up because the senator is a little busy, so he just called. We have on the line. So if we'll do that, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah. We have live on the line, Senator Newton Bezonga Finde, the former foreign minister of the Republic of Liberia, a first-time senator 2005 to 2014, and now senator of Grand Bassa County, is on the line. Senator, so you just wanted to make some little comment on the Emmanuel Nuku Reeves Foundation is engaged into some a massive donation across Grand Bassa County. You said this caught your attention. You wanted to come up openly to send some level of felicitation out to the Emmanuel Reeves Foundation and including Mr. and Mrs. Reeves for this kind gesture to the great people of Grand Bassa County. You live on Closing Argument, Senator.
Good evening to all your guests. It's evening, probably, I don't know if it's in the afternoon there, but anyway. Mr. Reeves, Nuku Reeves and Mrs. Reeves, as well as the Nuku Reeves Foundation, has done a tremendous contribution to the orphanages, the old folks' home, and the needy in Grand Bassa County. It would be unfair if we did not openly say thank you to the Nuku Reeves Foundation and Mr. and Mrs. Nuku Reeves. You know, the foundation is not only reaching out during the festivity season, but they are also working in the community, training young people, and so it's commendable, and we want to say to him congratulations and thank you. We ask God's blessing upon his wife and his life and his family life, that they will continue to help the needed of Grand Bassa County and Liberia.
Yeah, but Senator, quickly, I know we're not going to have you for long. Maybe all of us want to ask one or two questions before you leave. Just this, so how is the because I know this is among the old folks. We're hearing some information again about old folks' home, some less privileged and other, even those that can. What is the feeling and in Grand Bassa about this? Among the Bazolian themselves and those that are resident in Grand Bassa about this gesture?
Well, the citizens are always pleased when these kinds of contribution and donation comes, especially from one of their sons. So the Nuku is no stranger to Bassa. He's always been generous and kind to the people of Bassa. So the citizens are always pleased. It's not only what he's giving out to the old folks' home and the orphanages, but also the contribution he's making to humanity in Bassa.
Okay. Should Bezonga Finde or any politicians, would-be politician, be worried about his intent?
Well, I don't know why they should be worried, because this is something he's been doing for years.
Okay.
It's not something that he just started.
Okay.
To say, well, look, I'm interested in politics.
Oh, okay.
It's not, I'm sorry, but I know that Nuku has been making serious contribution to the development of Bassa, into the improvement of the people's lives in Bassa. So he's no stranger to the Bassa people. So I don't see it as a political move. I think everybody concerned when people come and do something, bring some development or make some contribution, is trying to be that you have interest in politics. And even if you have interest in politics, why shouldn't he?
Okay.
Why should that be an issue? Liberia is nobody's personal land.
Okay.
We all are members of this country, and we all have the same equal rights. If we have political interests, you express your political interest, and if the people feel comfortable with you, they will elect you. So no politician should be worried about Nuku Reeves, whether he's a senator, representative, or whatever he's aspiring to be, which I doubt. Seriously, knowing Nuku is not interested in politics. He's just interested in the humanitarian gesture and humanitarian work.
Real quick.
Yeah, can I come in?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
I got a question too.
Good evening, Senator. Good evening, St. Tomalin, Georgia.
Good evening. Yeah.
Yes. I know that. I've been following Mr. Reed's record. He's been doing humanitarian work for many years, and I know every time he gave this contribution, people talk about politics, and I'm told that he's far from that. But the coming elections in Bassa, I know you are not up for re-election. You just got elected. But you think, I know right now the top candidates we're hearing is the President Pro Tem, the President Commerce Minister, and the guy from LRA. Do you think if let's assume that Mr. Reed decided to endorse one of the candidates, do you think one of them should be worried if he's put endorsement behind any one of them?
Everybody should be worried if he endorsed one of them. If he doesn't endorse you, you will have to worry. Because look, Nuku Reeves will not bring one vote. It's not Nuku Reeves' one vote. And this is what people need to understand. It comes with several votes. Probably a couple of thousand votes were taken in place. And so I would be worried if I were them that I would have Mr. Reeves endorsing me or endorsing somebody against me.
Yeah, my question. Oliver, nice to hear your voice on my Finley. This is Dr. Peabody here. Nice to hear your voice. Yes, you talk about Mr. Reeves, Mr. Nuku Reeves. You said that he gave to the people of Bassa, but I've been to several other programs from different counties, and Mr. Reeves had generously donated thousands and thousands and thousands. But his love for Bassa, his love for Bassa High School. I attended one program sometime last year, the Bassa High School reunion, and he had been able to build that group with significant financial resources. But let me ask you, what have the people of Bassa, what are they doing to honor and so that Mr. Reeves can be known in Bassa as a man who have really made difference for his county?
Look, Mr. Reeves is not political, and I think the president will probably decorate Mr. Reeves, as you know. That is the best thing to do is to receive an honor from the president into one of the orders of the country.
You mean this coming July? This July 26th?
I would not take anything out. I'm not foreign minister, so I don't know who they're going to honor. I'm just talking.
Okay.
But
you are throwing one there.
and I like it. I like the fact that you are pointing out his gesture, his kindness to other communities in Liberia. And that's why I say his foundation is carrying out a tremendous training program for young people in Liberia. So when I talk about Mr. Reeves, I see a person that is only interested in development and growth for the people of Liberia. I don't see him as a politician that will be coming to come and make a contribution for political reasons. He doesn't do that. He have never done it. All his charity, his donation is to improve the lives of the people of Liberia.
Great.
Yeah, you got a question, Jerome?
Yeah.
I have for a long time.
I'll call you after the show. How you do that, Senator?
All right, man, Jerome.
Listen, what concerns me, I know Nuku has done very well. We are all members of the Bassa High School Association, so he's nothing. To those of you who don't know him, it's new, but we know what this guy has done and what he continues to do. But what is troubling me today is a baby that was stolen, basically a missing baby at the Liberian General Hospital. The family reached out to me this morning, and I was shocked to find out that it was actually factual that a child gave birth at the government hospital and the baby disappeared.
Well, I mean, that has not reached me. I'm hearing that. I have to follow up on that to find out what kind of investigation has taken place and what kind of investigation is ongoing. Because it does call for a serious investigation. So I don't know how was a child baby that would walk out of the hospital without the hospital administration knowing about it, or somebody have to answer question. So we're going to look into that.
Yeah, I think Front Page Africa is carrying it now. Daily Observer picked it up. The other newspapers. I reached out to Ablija TV and Radio Beza, and they confirm, and they are also on the investigation. They said the government is about to have a press conference tomorrow or sometime this week. But I was taken aback that in my county, Grand Bassa County, the government hospital, a woman gave birth cesarean section. While she's in the recovery room, the baby disappears.
Somebody, Jerome, somebody has to answer a question, and somebody must know what happened. And so the hospital administration has to answer a question. You have to. It's not something that is going to. You want to say we're closing our eyes to.
Thank you very much. That's all I had to say. Let me go to Mr. Junkies. Oh, go ahead, Pewee.
Yeah, if there's nothing, I was just about to tell the minister, the minister and senator to get his parting statement and want last word for the foundation before he can take leave of us. That's what I was just about to do.
Okay, let Mr. Junkie ask his own point. Mr. Junkie, ask one question so the senator can leave. I know it's late in Liberia. If you have.
Yes, and so I want to appreciate the senator for coming on, and kudos to the philanthropist there who is doing very well for our people of Grand Bassa County. It's good having him as one of our own. These are the people that we are looking for as a country. So I want to say kudos to him. Yes, my question to you, Senator Milton Gbesonga Finley. I want to know, kindly inform Liberians as to your role in regards to this $19 million plus drug bust that is all around the place in terms of discussion. I want to know what is your role as a senator from Grand Bassa County. What is your role, Senator?
Well, let me put it in the right perspective. As a senator, I'm a distance away from the investigation. I am concerned about the quantity of drugs, cocaine, especially cocaine, that is coming through the country. But I am more concerned about the consumption of the drugs on the ground, the kush, the tramadol, those things that are affecting our children in the communities. It's a serious problem. It's a very serious problem. I believe that the investigation should take its course. I believe that the Ministry of Justice is spearheading this investigation and prosecution. So we'll wait to see where it will go. I have to be frank with all of you. I have to be careful to say John is involved or Peter is involved. because I don't know. And I want the investigation to be able to point out to that. And then we can hold a hearing with the entities that are doing the investigation to ascertain whether the facts finding are actually real. But for me to be able to say, accuse a person or say that they're not doing the right thing, I'm not close to that authority or with that information. So I tend to wait for the investigation to take its course, and then I know I will be able to speak to.
Thank you very much, Chief, for coming on. Your parting comment?
Well, I just want to say thank you all for the good work that you're doing to disseminate information. We want to take our hat off to you all. Continue to do that. You can be critical of government, critical of us, which sometimes help us to make the right decision and move in the right direction. Sometimes we as politicians doing things and we see it as the right thing, and once we are questioned and put on the line, we tend to do the right thing. So we want to say thank you all for doing that. We also want to say thank you to your audience, and we hope that God will continue to bless our nation and the leadership of our country.
Thank you very much. That was the voice of Honorable Gbesanga Finlay, the senator from Grand Bassa County, former Secretary of State, how we say back home, Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Yeah, the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Yeah, the equivalence when you when you hear Minister of Foreign Affairs, the equivalent to that is Marco Rubio. That is the Secretary of State. So that is not an easy position. That is top level position.
Yeah, and I can recall the former chair on foreign affairs of the U.S. Congress, Edward Rowe, when we met him in 2018 of June. He said, before we walk in his office that day, he said, you are an extraordinarily charismatic element. He described me. He said, I thought you were only a farmer, but you look very charismatic. And that's what the word of when we came on that tour in 2018. Yeah, I think Minister Finlay played his role as the chief diplomat of that country effectively. And you are one of the very efficient foreign ministers of our history. And history will record that his participation as in that line on a serious note. Thank you, Mr. Minister. Thank you, Senator. Have a very wonderful July 26th.
Thank you all, and have the same.
Great. Junkies, you were in flight when we got we had to preempt your comment because the senator.
Mr. Gayman, yes. Gayman, I'm sorry. I just wanted to send the senator just spoke. I just wanted to say something quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, he says something that I think is going to cause some jitters among those vying for the senatorial seat. He's like the question was asked whether if Mr. Reeves should endorse any of the candidates, he should be worried. And honestly, people are going to get worried, because if there's a man who is involved in the Bassa community, not only in the county, he's involved in America, the United Bassa Association, the UNIBWA. He's involved there, and then the Bassa High School, and all these things are linked to Bassa, and these organizations they are invested in Bassa. They are doing a lot of projects in Bassa. And like he said it's not only one vote. It counts, the endorsement counts with thousands of votes. So perhaps the current senators, though, and those who are vying for that seat in 2029, it should be a wake-up call for them. Redouble their efforts and wake up. And because now it's like perhaps it'll be fighting, maybe even though he's not involved in politics, but who knows? He can be fighting for his endorsement, because if he decides to say, well, okay, just speak on it, that other person know that he'll be in trouble. So I hope that the senator made a very important point. I wanted to stress on that. Those who run
also, Tomalin, let me just say this. I was at a program one time, and Mr. Reeves made a donation, I think of $25,000. This is not something that he's been doing, just giving food and things, but he had been making contribution to empower a lot of Liberian organizations. And one time I was there, my first time meeting him, and he made that donation and to other places that he had traveled and had given, So for Bassa, he has solidified that base. So, like you said, anybody that he ready put a force behind, he doesn't even, not only he will go to these inner city, but he go to some of the rural areas. You go to Fortsville, you go to all these one time in Buchanan. Driving in Congo Town, one time I saw the footage there in Nukuris Drive, right? Somewhere in Congo Town.
It's not in Congo Town. It's let's say the old Chucky Taylor Road, road coming towards SKD Sport Complex.
I admire people who give back to the town, who give back to the people.
And I'm told there's a street they're about to put up a name after him also in Buchanan or somewhere in Grand Bassa there also.
I admire him. I don't really know Mr. Reeves like that, but I've been places where he have really stood up and to bring relief for people. And the thing is, I admire people like that give to the people or any condition, any string attached to it. Most people who give to the people, they either have political motive or want to do something in the country to and they will go back and give. But Mr. Reeves have given unconditionally, no string attached. And every time I go, I see him at a program, he's speaking at a program, he gives them this donation. And that's what they say. When God bless you, you give back, not only giving, but you give to empower people. And I really admire his work. And I think the Bassa people a lot admire. These are people that I can learn from as I go about doing good, helping other people. Mr. Reeves can be a very good mentor to learn from as well. I'm very, very proud.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Junkies?
Yeah. And so the vice president himself is creating a debate, because if you will sit there as the vice president of the country and former Minister of Lands, Mines and Energy under your government comes out to talk about rampant corruption, in fact, accusing you of being the mastermind behind his dismissal, and today there is no concrete response by the government that can convince Liberians as to countering statements and allegations coming from Mr. Raymond P. All we see the vice president doing is to mend fences with the same Mr. Raymond P. That in itself gives a clue, is a clear vindication that there is fire somewhere that smoke is coming from. The vice president is mending fences. He's indicating that he's mending fences with the former Minister of Lands, Mines and Energy, probably to silence him so that he does not go for further with whatever evidence he has in his possession to further dumping the image of the government. Or maybe he tries to bring back Mr. Raymond P. on board, which could lead me to my next argument that Mr. Raymond P. was maybe vociferous against the government's excesses because he was not a member of that cliche. And so the fact that an avenue is being created for him to be reincorporated into the cabal, it will, I would say, weaken his manhood to speak enough to the or bold enough to the issue and to stand his ground, because the saying goes that he who controls the belly controls the mind. So in my mind, all of that loud sayings and loud talks, allegations, accusations coming from Mr. Raymond P. We dwindle, and we see Mr. Womope, he will capitulate, and he have already buckled. The fact that he have accepted such a meeting with the vice president, which is a clear meeting of smoking a peace pipe, that is an indication that Mr. Womope's independence and scruples will be subdued and subjected to the whims and caprices of the vice president and the Unity Party-led government. So that posture he was coming with in bringing to light things that were not in line with improving the lives of Liberians and developing the country, that posture will metamorphose. He will come with a different saying and different justifications, as they usually do here. Our politicians who are just keeping our country in this vicious cycle of, excruciating poverty. So to trust them now is the issue, because yesterday these same people criticized the government that was in power. In fact, Mr. Womope criticized the then President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government of 12 years. In fact, that was the reason he even left the government, because according to him, the government was not doing the needful. And that was the same reason he was acting like he was loud, because he was not part of that cliche. In fact, he was an assistant minister, and he expected himself to be above the waters, at least somewhere like managing director or a minister, deputy minister. So at the end of the day, that disenchantment brought uproar from the angle of Mr. Womope. Seeing what is going on today, history is one. He did it before, and he can do it again. So the issue of integrity with our public officials and the issue of having good morals and good manners that will allow the young people that are coming up to become better leaders of our country, to develop their place, is what lacking. It's a serious issue, and our people will have to change. You cannot be saying to us today, when we heard Mr. Womope, in fact, I was very excited that somebody from within will come and say things to us that we need to know, so that we join hands with the international community for all of us to correct it. But Mr. Womope now is excited to have meeting with the vice president, because the power the vice president wields in the government is almost like a de facto president. So on that basis, he thinks mending fences with the vice president will give him an inclusion in the Kamara. So that's my position on that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to Pewee. You the one brought the concept of, he says, when you're from underneath the water, you know what happening there. The alligator, the shark, everybody under there. The man came from under the water. He said, my man, those people down there, the vice president, the president, they eating everybody out there. And then all of a sudden now the same man who said, you go under that water, will eat you. It looks like the vice president is playing chess. And it looks like if Womope is not careful, he will be playing checkers, because this is what leaders do. This is what power does. Your job is to put up flame, to bring things under control. And if the opposition allow you to bring them under control, then kudos to the vice president, Mr. Pewee.
Absolutely. But before saying that, let me just try to highlight this. I'm getting a report from Monrovia that the former Liberian president, His Excellency George Weah, just sent a letter to console the U.S. government. I don't know. I think too many is that confirmed. We recently report that on the loss of the foreign senator of South Carolina, Lindsey Graham. That is a high court of diplomacy. I will hope normally the foreign ministry should have issued one. I don't know if that have been done from Monrovia already via the U.S. embassy. It's accredited in our capital. But yes, that was a noticeable comment coming from the former leader. There's a high practice of diplomacy and the rest of that. And I'm told people are asking the president, the former president, he says Sako, some very powerful elements of the foreign ministry of the then president were all part of this initiation and the rest of that. So it's a kind of a commendation to the office of His Excellency and his chief chief of staff. I don't know the nomenclature of the former foreign minister to the former president. I don't know all of that, but I thought to just highlight that. But yes, what I would say to that quickly. The former Minister of Mines, the former Secretary General of the United Party, is a very crafty and ideological individual that the vice president will have to be. Listen, he's a very smart guy, and he's a cadre, and he went to, I think, all of the cadre training classes one will have to think of. So you don't deploy any type of scheming methodology against this person that you think he's going to be twisted. You don't easily twist him. He's a committed guy, and he's not easy to sway in terms of this one. So if the decision from the former from the current vice president to extend olive branch to him, the fact that that is commendable. The vice president went over to his home and met with him. There was just gathering of Nimba citizens and the rest of that, and trying to smoke the peace pipe. And I saw most of the protege of the vice president and surrogates were all on social media yesterday. Oh, Nimba is strong. Nimba is powerful. I thought to perforate that if Nimba was strong and powerful, there was no need to see Nimba both throwing punches and other things. Sometimes they move to do things about weekend, something that was not strength of Nimba being strong or powerful. Nimba want to prove that they are problematic, often making confusion. That was the stand of that, trying to repair the problem. But to say, well, Nimba strong, Nimba powerful, then the punches came already. You went to mend fences and the rest of that. I would hope, and that the former minister would take this, and also I want to believe he's going to work accordingly with this. But yeah, and a part of it, why is it from the now? One thing that they did not address in this matter is all of the accusation against the vice president. That was not addressed, and that's where we critical minds will now push to ask the question: is this former vice president involved into any shenanigans? Did he get involved into some unorthodox activities to unseat this Minister of Mines? Is it that the Minister of Mines was doing the right thing and the vice president did this? These are the kind of questions that historic issue found means to provide for. If I were talking to them, try to come and provide these things, to say no. So in the absence of any massive clarity about the statement made against the vice president then about women pay, and with just this reconciliation issue, meaning then should the Liberian Post take that and move with it? So I mean, there's a lot of things, but it's commendable that he moved up, took the leadership line to extend this olive branch. I would hope that this would be in the spirit of peace, and then it will be in the genuine spirit of peace moving forward. Should not be any of the kind of a shenanigans here to begin the process of trying to undercut or underpin his line and try to move to neutralize him. And that wouldn't be a good thing, because if he were to come back and there would be this Caesar back and forth battle between the vice president and that of his own kinsman from Nimba County. And this is why I said at the time when this was unfolding, that was not a good sign for the vice president to see his former Minister of Mines that believed that his removal as Minister of Mines of the Republic of Liberia was engineered by the vice president of the Republic, of course himself from Nimba County. I thought that was not a good sign. And then immediately after that, then the senator, one of the senators of Grand Bassa, also came and tried to hit on some attack on the vice president. This was not sound that you are a leader preparing for the presidency, if you will. As the second in command of the Liberian presidency, you ought to lead by example. Be structural in your approach. Be more or less balanced in terms of the leadership approach that you will deploy. We have to reflect and balance, go beyond any of those reproach and the rest of that. So diplomatically, you have to strike the balance and remove any convoluted thought process in the mind of your citizenry and those that are harboring other thought process about your skills of leadership and the rest of that. So I thought it was a good sign to move and repair the relationship that was almost getting terrible. I mean, now they try to reboot the relationship. We hope their attempt is not haphazard. It's intentional. If it is intentional, then they have to go beyond the line to further cement and flourish this relationship. But the hard question now is going to be, how do you repair this? Did he speak out of frustration? Then there will be time probably he will go and say, okay, yeah, because of the bullet we're moving on, I had to see this because I was taken out of my job and I will move to see this about my vice president, and he's not corrupt, he's this, he's that, There will have to be some level of, we in strategic communication, you have to do some repair work. And that repair work will have to, it's not going to be done now. William P is not a small nut to crack. I know him like that. So probably you have to cement this and move to some things. But I wouldn't be surprised if I were to hear that the William P got some appointment in government. That's going to be, I wouldn't be surprised. That would be the next thing. The vice president will move now to lobby with his boss, the president, to say, hey, this is my case, man. I don't think it'll be good for us to have this kind of a battle moving forward to the elections. So, Mr. President, I will hope that we found, I'm told from some reliable sources, if you will, that they were planning to absorb him, to find a job for him already when he went ballistic. So that halted the whole thing. That's what I'm told. Moving forward, I'm sufficiently convinced that there's going to be something for him, or if not, something going to be happening for him in the change system of the government bureaucracy. But yeah, it's a good plan for the vice president to do that, to repair this. It's not a good thing to be a local here with another citizen from Nima County, particularly when you are the vice president of Liberia.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 8 minutes here. We'll be going to the line, but if I were here, I would play the Torgbean style, and I will appoint him ambassador to India. Way out of the play, way,
you talk about the Torgbean style, you have to reflect about my old man that believed in, he said, these are the approaches he took. He talked about Haile Selassie, Torgbean, and he believed in, he said, you're the new progressive, you believe in ideological thinking. We have to bring it to place capitalistic neo-pro thing. So that is the style. The Torgbean style is a very effective style.
Yeah. They're talking too much.
Long distance and silencing automatically.
That's right. Before he speak, we're taking 2 weeks. Honorable people. I mean, let me go to Tomalin. Tomalin, our boy, our friend, I shouldn't say boy, our friend and colleague, right this year, have been on the vice president's back everywhere, and he's determined to not let the drug thing go, and he's all over the place. Is the vice president trying to change the topic? Because now we're not talking about right this year, the drug. The front pages of the paper are not going to be the peace smoking pipe, whether it is legit or not, but it's making news.
Well, look, like I said earlier, the last 2 weeks, the vice president, his name has been, the press have not been good press about him. They've been talking about this issue, about the drug issue and so forth, and he defended and said that if for instance, I'm your friend and I go to visit you and I take somebody with me, you're the VIP, and the president said, "Tomorrow can I take a picture with Gayman?" And he says that doesn't mean that he knows the person, because the person just has to take a picture of him because of who he is. But again, that's an argument for another day. But so that have been the issue going forward in recent times. So, and then Nima, Koga is on the rampage. Wilma pay along, and then all these guys being shooting out there, and the VP, the best thing he would have done was to take seize of the matter, to say, look, if I don't put my house in order, I'm not Prince Johnson. But if they think stay longer, I may lose the guys, and they think will get, and by the time it will be irreparable. So let me make quick amends. Let me go and visit these guys, and he visited me, visit him. But again, like I said, the boy isn't with my court page in his court, because he has to be very, very measured and strategic, because if he just succumb easily, he lost his trump card will be gone, and from there it will affect him seriously. And then you have no means to leverage, no need to bargain, because first of all, he's not in government anymore, he's not minister anymore. Anything can happen. So he allows this to happen. Yeah, he may not have the voice again, the standing again to make any kind of criticism. People just dismiss it. People watching him right now, those who are healing him, watching him right now to see what his next move. So right now, I know for now, he may avoid going any kind of platform right now, any station, because you'll be asked those tough questions and so forth. Will he maintain his stance? Will he remain critical of the vice president and the government? Will he be someone what he said recently in recent times? Will he say the same things? People listen, watching to see what he will say. So now he will avoid it, because if he decides to just succumb, then his leverage is gone. Yeah, if you talk to more people, say, "Come on, man." What the perception will be that the vice president just call you and shake your hand, and then you forgot everything now, and then you won't talk. So all the things people watching. But in Liberian people mindset, some people already saying, I read some comments. Oh, the people not go shake the man hand, not getting all that stuff. Whether it's true or not, they will have that perception already. Like all Liberian setting. Go to assume because I met somebody. Like for instance, I remember when we met President Weah 2022. By the time we give her the meeting, somebody called me one time for the chair. Said, "My man," he said, "The president drop your hand." I said, "Ah." He said, "Oh, my man, he said, drop your heavy." Then I didn't mind, said, "Poor God. We meet anybody feel like because I know something will happen." So that, and that's what happening now. So and he's in a tough situation. But let's see what happens in the coming weeks and months.
Dr. Peabody, the reason more people are skeptical is the vice president has, in our intro here, you heard Senator Koga saying that the major problem in NEMA is the vice president. When they say the vice president cannot be trusted, he said whenever they sit down and they come up with a plan, the next thing the vice president take total control and does it. He made reference to appointment. They have agreed that they will do appointment together. They will consult each other. He said the vice president had appointed everybody all by himself. Then we were on here, and Anthony Kwiwokwa came on here and said the division in the county. In fact, his life was on the line. And the vice president have not brought all the different ends together. Why Wemope in particular?
Look, Mr. Gayman, let me say this. You remember what I said earlier? Wemope made a very critical statement. He said they thought I didn't have the documents. They didn't know I have it. I got it. And some of the things I got, they don't even know I have it. That's a big revelation right there. He made a major revelation. And that, I guess, the vice president felt, look, this guy got some leverage on me. He knows some things. So I'm going to smoke the peace pipe. But I want to know why motivated him after.
Dr. Peabody, real quick. Sarah says she's been in the back for a while. So please, somebody please look at the screen.
I don't know. I didn't see on the back.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, she's in the back. Yes, she's in
the back. Yes.
Yeah. But the thing is, he have a lot of things on it. He said, "I protected the Liberian people." I just felt that was just patriotic. That was one of the finest things he ever said. He said, because there were places they wanted me to put my signature thing. They wanted me to do. I refused. Some of the places they're touching now, some of the mining area that is messing with right now. Okay. They didn't know I have these documents. I wish we had some of those statements to Myean was around to play some of those things. He said, but we have some of those documents. They didn't know I have it. So I mean, if when Koga made remark about the vice president, he didn't go there to visit Koga, or he have not spoke a peace pipe with Koga yet. So why was it rushed to go and smoke peace pipe with Wemope? It means that Wemope got a lot of damaging stuff. Wemope got a lot of things on him. He didn't do it. I don't think VP Kun did it for Nima's sake. He did it because this man has a lot of things on him. What I would say for to the vice president, you need to chill. You need to take your time. I mean, too much rushing into this getting this one, this contract, and this deed can create problem for you. He need to chill. He need to take his time because the people in Nima not mad. Other people are going about saying a lot of things. Then we got the brown guy that people are accusing him for the drugs and that he released. And then we heard about this European diplomat that got expelled because she challenged him being in the mineral business or stuff like that. It's getting bad. If I was Vice President Cohn, I would chill, take my time, calm down. You don't have to be in every little thing and every little deal, you know. But I think Women Pay acted. That's the best thing to do. The most similar thing to do. Somebody come to your house, you're not going to just throw them out like that. You're not going to say you don't want to speak to them. You can still have diverse view and still welcome the person and greet him and all of that. But he just showing up at Women Pay house. You know, he was at a church yesterday, Lakbasi Community Church. That's where the vice president went yesterday. But for him to show up, and I saw him with also Grand Jita County Senator, one of the senators for Grand Jita County. But the thing is, to just show up at Women Pay house, smoke has to be there. Some kind of smoke is there.
Great, ladies and gentlemen, it is 6:32. We are going to go to the line because we're going to be losing our feed. Junkies Morris, if possible, could you please open the line? Let's hear what the other folks say, because I know they will keep calling us talking heads. Let them talk too. Let's hear what's on their minds.
Okay. And this is the closing argument here on Freedom FM 87.9. And you can call us on those numbers on 0776 104 104, 0776 104 104, 0886 500 104, 0886 500 104. Our WhatsApp line here is +231 886 500 104, +231 886 500 104. Call us and be live on the closing argument here on Freedom FM 87.9. Our first caller, this caller, your name and you joining us from where? Go ahead.
Well, thank you for the topic on the discussion. Well, for me, I just want to be straight to the point. I'm listening to you concerning what you guys are saying. Women Pay is a man with integrity. And I can assure you that meeting with the vice president, I don't think he's going to compromise anything. He will stand as a man because he knows that the Liberian people know him as a critical man. So if you go and compromise, he loses integrity straight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Leave you there and go straight to line 2. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. This is the closing argument here on Freedom FM 87.9. Wow. Nabiro. Hope you listen well. Call us on those numbers 0776 104 104, 0886 500 104, 0886 500 104. This is the closing argument on Freedom FM 87.9. Kindly listen well before you call. So as we anticipate our callers, okay, Mr. Gayman, we have this caller back on line 1. Your name and you calling us from where?
My name is from
Go ahead.
Go for your effort. I follow
We are not getting him.
Very much
You are not getting him?
He's breaking in and out.
Yeah, go ahead. You getting it now? Mr. Gayman, are you getting it?
Dr. Peabody, are you hearing him? No.
Yeah, remember we get the let's make a little adjustment. Okay. So Mr. Gayman, are you getting me clear?
Yes, you are very loud and clear.
Okay, so let me go back to line 1 and try this call. Hello? Hello? Wow. This caller on line 2. Hello?
Yeah, hello, I'm Jenkins Murray. I'm Jonah Freeman, a veteran Liberian journalist and staffer of the former House Speaker, Dr. Dopoh Timon.
Welcome to the platform. This is the closing argument on Freedom FM 87.9.
Yeah, I'm interested in the argument. That's why I'm trying to.
Go ahead. Hello? Wow. The lines are bust.
Yeah.
Possible to save a image and a state. And the one thing I will tell you, Jeremiah, is somebody who had to forgive. So I don't think with the conversation along with he and the former SD of the ruling United Party as something he would just let it free it. Because the president he said when he appeared on FM. So I don't think the vice president will just do it on the basis of PC.
Okay. Okay, so we'll leave you there and go to our WhatsApp line and take this call. Hello, your name and where are you joining us from?
Thank you. I'm Ellis Kulu and I'm joining you from Nema, District 7. To be beside Bams.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What's going on?
Okay, thank you. So I was not getting you. So thank you. And let me say thanks to all the panelists on the show. I'm following you guys closely. Let me say thank you. So the first thing the VP had to work on speaking Nema is to unite the people of Nema. The VP keep playing a smart game. But the reason up to now, you're not seeing people again talking because the place we find ourselves, Liberia is so hard to understand that. Even your own right, you can bury it. If you look at the case of a 8-year youth, during the time the senator passed up, when those guys came out chanting that battle crowd, those guys were checked by the United Party forces. At just the free time, I think the corner, they donated 1 gun to them. After Representative Musa Bereja spoke, he started asking, where is NDR road? I want to speak to NDR. You can't get a party. Senator Johnson made the recipe. Who made you? Why reason who has Senator Johnson birthday just? There was nothing we saw from the VP. But first thing, I think women need to work on is sort of out of check out. They just gone. The body he had left, nothing to the body. They according to me, he left from government work for over 6-7 years. He was living. Before coming to government work, his integrity is matter. Because the VP made any other person, the other time he stuck among people, people got as a USA, people encounter for him. Just for that decision he took. What began other people who bear on the land for you? So he's a man who and know him. He showed to the public that he's a man with pure heart. That's a game he playing with the people that name it. I can take it for free.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take it for free.
Okay, so we'll leave you there. We'll leave you there and take this caller and go back to line 2 and take this call. Hello. By God's grace. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Mr. Gayman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you people getting my CC?
No.
We're not getting my CC. We got the other guy, but we're not getting my CC.
Hello? Masisi.
Hello? Yeah?
Okay, you go ahead. We are continuing now.
Okay, thank you. So, that's why I was speaking to the issue about our woman who I know child story from the hospital. What happening in our country now is very bad. Now, every time somebody go get bread, or poor woman go get bread, because they don't have right to go to the court and hire lawyers, they don't have the money to go over to that child, that's by them, they carry that child. And that's the kind of Allah. It's so calling on the government to do something. But that little child, a poor woman who can't bread, and the child was happy, she was somewhere, and they took that child and took that child away. They are concerned about that child. And two, this man you're talking about, for me, I respect it. It's somebody that they live by his word. But the man who go and go put the land together, to go that, do this, that, do that. They want to put it in a wheelbarrow and summer, they left with him. But the people are watching him. What you say about the man who also left where we are looking for it, and we are watching with people at. If you dare try and go to the man who to fool him, and then something to us was and you judge the man who to do it, they mean the way to the man who it will force them in minutes. But he told somebody to move out the right around, there was someone a fool, then whatever is taking no more, he said by one. If not interpret it, we respect him. But when he does that, then we'll go after him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Masisi. We'll leave Masisi there. And go to you, Mr. Gayman, for control, because we are still anticipating calls. When I get called, then I will interrupt you.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Sarah Dopoh. Sarah, you've been away for so long. You were bereaved. I followed the funeral. Our sympathies to you and the family for the woman who died so young. May her soul rest in peace, and may the family find peace, the children.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Gayman. I want to say hi to everyone. I miss you guys for the past couple of months, but I was still following. Yes, we buried our friend yesterday on Saturday. It was a very sad moment, but we are grateful to God for the 58 years we share with her. You know, the memories she left behind, and you know, it was just really sad. We continue to pray for the family, the children as well. You know, especially the husband. You know, he's still not, you know, doing too well, but by the grace of God, he will be fine. I've been following the show, and I have a different take on the vice president and Wilma Pay's you know, little meet they had. First of all, Wilma Pay is a Unity partisan, and the vice president also a Unity partisan by virtue of his position as VP for the Unity Party. And besides that, both of them are from Nima County. So the few times I follow Wilma Pay, I see him to be very authentic. I see him to be a man of integrity. So the fact that the vice president reached out to him, you know, for them to iron out their differences. They are both Myeans. They are brothers, okay? So the county has to be peaceful. So I think it was the right thing for him to do in order to, you know, accept, you know, whatever hand of friendship the vice president, you know, extended to him. But I don't think he's going to let his guard down when it comes to what he believes that is happening to the Liberian people and that is affecting his people. I don't think he's going to let his guard down. So that little picture we saw, them, you know, shaking hands and stuff, it's good. It's a good update for, you know, for the vice president and his followers. But the Myeans are watching and they know what's happening in the county. And they know Wilma Payne. They know Wilma Payne stands for, you know, stands by his word. He stands for integrity. He stands for his people. So the fact that he and his brother Jeremiah shaking hands and hugging doesn't mean that, you know, all is well when it comes to what's happening in the county. I think he's going to continue to stand for his people, and I think he's going to continue to speak up within his Unity Party government. So, you know, that's just my thing. I think it was a good thing for them to hang out and for them to, you know, but it doesn't mean that all is well. That's just my thing.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, there's another case that we are investigating too. There was a baby in Monrovia that went, or in Liberia somewhere, that went for circumcision, and the circumcision went terribly, where the child's entire genital was mutilated.
Oh.
So we will talk about that 1 minute. Your name and where you calling from?
Good evening to you, my dear brother Jerome, and I'm calling from New Jersey. And let me say good afternoon to the panelists, including Pewee, my dear brother Myean, and then of course Seleke and Sarah. Fascinating topic, guys. But, the topic of the discussion has to do Vice President's attempt to reconcile, quote-unquote, reconcile with Pewee. I think, in my opinion, it's the political desperation of a man that has a lot of ambition. Everything. I think maybe after 2 weeks or 3 weeks since he literally indicted the vice president on many counts of issues. His interference with the mining sector to the point that he controls things on it, and that was long even proven by the expelled diplomat. All of those things, and then that has to do with undermining the peace and sanctity of Nimba County. The vice president did not address any of those issues publicly. Were it dismissed or what they call it, denied by his office. Now, together, it's a particular guy that had different weighing in the county. Mind you, this man, immediately President Boakai took office and called him to familiarize him with his intention of appointing a minister. It was immediately questioned by the third vice president today. Before the man could open the door of the Lands and Mines Ministry, the vice president did not want him to do it. Rather, he had another person in mind. So it goes way beyond just speaking out to this man, we're going to reconcile our differences. The question there, you did not want him to be there. The person you wanted to be there today, that person is serving in that capacity. The question is, are you going to give him anything bigger than what he was doing before? I doubt that. Because the ambition is driving everything that has to do with the vice president. I'm sorry, people would differ with me, but that's how I see it. Because if you're going to be a vice president and your hands in everything in the country to the point that diplomats from the international community have started to question your interference in some of those sectors, it raised a flag for me. So, reconciliation. Obviously, Wilmer Pewee is a guy, he's a stand-up guy. I mean, the fact that the man will say, I got all of the documents. Yes, Steve. It says a lot that have prompted the curiosity of the vice president, I think, to be reaching out, to think that he will reconcile it and then it will just cover everything that he has. But I don't think it's going to work because it has been spoken out already from the mouth of Wilmer Pewee that indeed the natural resources of the country, in this case the mineral resources of the country, is being tampered with the acquiescence of the vice president. So that's my take on it, my brother. I don't think it's a genuine thing. It's just a desperate man that wants to control everything.
Thank you. Thank you for your thought. This is what the closing argument is all about. We also want to hear what you got to say. It is your platform. It is your voice. What's on your mind. It is what we talk about. Dr. Peabody, I think you hit a point here. You hit a nerve. It is the document. Wilmer Pewee better be careful if he disappear.
No. You got to be careful.
Yes. you know, when you have the secret, if you have something in the United States here, when Barack Obama was running for president, his seat was vacant. And the governor have the power to appoint his replacement. As the governor of the state, you have the right, statutory authority to appoint the replacement of a vacant Senate seat. So the FBI called Blagojevich on a telephone call. He was telling the folks, I got a golden, they call it, they use an expletive. I got a golden thing. I'm not giving it away. You gotta come right. You gotta come, you know, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I was willing to sell the country to the highest bidder.
Mm-hmm.
He had a secret in and that power. Now, Woman Pay has that power. He has that secret. He has that golden goose in his hands. So now he has to be very, very careful as to where he goes, who he talks to, what he does. But if he falls for it, they will send him as ambassador to India. It will be on him. Like the people you take before.
Why would I even want to leave Minister Lance Myean energy job to be ambassador to India, where you would not realize anything? You be there, you retire and have nothing when you retire and stuff like that. Look, the fact here is, you know, as I said, the VP, I know him very well. If I were you, I would just chill and stop putting my hand in all these things. When people go into China to check on yellow machine, he won't go. They're doing the other one, you want to do it. You need to chill. Women Pay, they should have decided to think twice before even trying to remove Women Pay. They should have seen Women Pay as a gift. Who want to ensure that the minerals of Liberia are protected and they are safe, you know? But because of personal interests, these guys would rather remove people. They will sacrifice people just because they want to get rich overnight. Even the one they have already, they're not satisfied. They want to have money at the expense of the very poor Liberian people. Liberians are suffering. Liberians are going through difficult times. The other day I mentioned, I think it was Friday I mentioned, look at how many Liberian kids graduate from college from all over the world that come back home. And there's no opportunity for them. No one opportunity to get, except you are part of the clique or you're part of the government. They don't give you jobs and things based on merit. They don't give them job on merit. They give them job based on who know you. Whereby young kids, man, I know a lot of Liberian kids, some of them 21, 22, 23, 4 years old, 24 years old, they're out of college. They can't get a job.
Right call. Can we take that? Sorry for interrupting.
Sure.
Okay, this caller on line 1. Yeah, hello, your name and where you joining us from?
Yeah, from Tower.
Go ahead.
I want to ask you. So, you can cover
Okay, thank you for your call. Back to you, Dr. Peabody.
So, you know, so the thing is personal interest. Somebody asked a question, say, why is the vice president so much involved in the mineral business? And maybe that's the piece that Woman Smith was referring to. Woman Smith say, I got them document. I got them. They didn't know I had it. He said, I have all of them. They didn't know I have it. That document. My man heard it. He said, talk it. I got to go to the man and sit down and talk.
Yeah.
You put Nima business in and out and say, oh, we want smoke peace pie Nima. Why you have not smoked peace pie with Koga? All this long, you have not gone to smoke any peace pie with Senator Koga. Now, y'all even more close than Women Pay. You are not smoking. Y'all came from the same party.
Even Anthony Kuwapa.
Yeah. Women Pay say, you try me. I got all you. If I ran to hell, When the ball wasting it, would that be easy?
Would that be easy?
Women pay, if you know what I know, do not keep that house. Do not keep those documents in your house.
Yeah.
Your house is fire. Mysterious fire.
There was some person that mysterious fire in your house.
The vice president went to La Pasi Community Church. I guess the president who preached did a good job. When the president got to preaching, you know, man, I better go to one pay or go pay that boy.
You are like, go pay that boy. That ball lawyer, it will be easy.
Yeah. Falucha.
Yeah, but you know, Liberia is a very interesting country, and I hope this movie that we are watching is a different version of the one that we have watched prior, when people come out and say all kinds of stuff. Once they get what they want from the government, they become a part of it, and all of a sudden they have become praise singer. It looked at what they saw no longer exist, and all of that. We are hoping that is not the case here, but somebody in the community has to stand firm and say, this is what is happening, and I'm willing.
Can we squeeze in this call?
Yeah.
Please, go ahead.
I call first for my name is Abbas from
Yeah, I think we are getting you now. That are Peabody, you getting it?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm getting him. Yeah.
Yeah, getting me?
Yeah, go ahead. We are getting you clear.
Okay, sure. Mr. P, he's playing with a dangerous snake. I want him doing. Just before that and Jeremiah Kung. Nobody put more on them and they made friends with him when he so far. Never is happening. They're happy to bring Johnson, which is their forefather. Bring Johnson pull more onto their boy right. They go on when things fall apart. Today, Prince Johnson is no more. I remember from West Point, and when he visited the star president,
Who are all men from West Point?
I'm going from West Point, former
Go ahead.
He went for president when he went for that straight. Today, so God, I was between he and the investor from China. But you know me, when that guy went to Jeremiah Kung and visited Jeremiah Kung, because he brought his cross through that, you know me, when the man was bringing the news outside, today, the man honored the ground. That friendship that man, that record that man went to, that man, he should be very, very careful. It will be the next question. Thank you for inviting me, guys.
Thank you, and that's how we will call it a night for the course. Back to you, Mr. Gayman, for control.
Yes, let me welcome Honorable Victor Nagbe. Victor Nagbe, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Gayman. It's good to be back with you guys. Sarah, it's good to see you. I have my sympathy again. Welcome back, and Dr. Peabody, Mr. Sylvester Pewee, Mr. Junkie Maris, and also Mr. Tomalin George in the back. Let me say welcome also to our audience. Good to be back with you guys.
Excellent, guys. Listen, Nima County has another son here, adopted son by Mary Victor Nagbe Balaze. That's his name. He was adopted. He was adopted by the Myean. So Victor Nagbe. Victor Nagbe, Jeremiah Kung, George, we are all the people that were born and raised in Nima County. I name you now. All of who got network in Nima. I name you all of you.
Yes, those are my brother-in-law then, so I know my people. But it's good to be here. I listened to you guys. Some of what you talked about. I said elsewhere, I believe, if the sons and daughters of Nimba can find a way to come together and quiet down, the push and pull, and combine the collective energies to the betterment of Nimba, I think it's a good day. Now, Are we going to have questions politically? Absolutely, yes. We do have questions. I listened to part of the program, and apparently this visit was initiated by Mr. Wilmer Pate. I heard the vice president say, you came to my house, and I said, I'll come to your house on Sunday. So bits and pieces of the information is emerging. However, there are also questions that I think the vice president has to answer to, and I think this could be an attempt to deflect. I don't know, but the question about the investigation that is ongoing, I think the vice president has something. He has something to say about that, and I hope he will. So yes, this is good news for Nimba. It is good news for Liberia. If Liberians can come together, and reduce animosity. But notwithstanding, the questions that have to be asked will be asked. Is this vice president in any way connected to the ongoing investigation into the $90 million drugs? That is a question that no amount of peacemaking amongst the Bayans will take off the table. That is a question I think is a legitimate question. The vice president's name has come up in many of the findings, his association, prowling around with these people on numerous occasions, sometimes in very intimate settings from the photos that we've seen. So yeah, there are questions there to be answered, but I think if you can find a way to bring the Nimba people together, I think it's a good thing for him. Now, we as PMC, we have a stake in this too, because Nimba is also the base of our political leader. So we are also working to see, how this reconfigurates, Nimba. The calculus may change. But I don't know if Wilmer Pate is necessarily coming over to the vice president. I don't think this is, enough for us to make those conclusions yet. But I will pass it back to the moderator, who I believe has just taken a bathroom break. So whoever is in charge, but I'm happy to be back with you guys. So Sylvester Pewee is also talking to somebody in the background. So Sarah, I guess you are in control.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mr. Nagbe, I think like everyone has been saying, this vice president is very much afraid. He's very much afraid. There are a lot of big things that he has done. His hands are in the cookie jar. So he's kind of afraid that things will not come up. And when Wilmer Pate made those statements on Spoon, those were, very strong allegations against the vice president or pointing towards the vice president. So he saw a fit to say, you know what, let me call in front of this thing. They say smushing better than bishing. Let me call in front of this thing and go do what I can do, make peace. But at the same time, according to Wilmer Pate, this vice president was one of the instigators that cost him his job. So this man does not have a livelihood at this point. He doesn't have a job. You think that's something he's going to really just sit down and forget like that? I mean, the peace is okay. We can shake hands and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean that, what you did or what you continue to do is something that we're going to let go. No. So, all I think the vice president is doing is just, showmanship, show way. Want to prove to the Liberian people, like, oh yeah, I got this. I got Nimba under my belt, and stuff like that. No, you don't. You don't have Nimba under your belt.
Sarah, and I agree with you. But let you take the Wilmer Pate interview, the things that he said about the vice president, and the role that the vice president played leading up to his appointment and after his appointment, right? Then you take that and juxtapose that on the remarks from the European Union representative here, who the government here quickly,
right?
Who the government here quickly sent out of here. Then you take that and go to the Asala Mittal officer in charge here, said some very, very unflattering things about President Joseph Boakai.
Yeah.
But the reaction wasn't as swift. This person, I think Kamara, or the president advisor, He was the only person who we
and so Honorable Nagbe, sorry for the interruption. Master Dopoh, my time is up, and I got to go.
Oh yeah, it's 11. Okay, well, no, you're gonna be closing by this time.
Yeah.
We just want to say thank you and give you 1 minute to make a closing comment, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, and so thanks to our many followers, thanks to all of you, the closing argument panelists. It's good to be here to keep informing our people. This helps. I always tell people that our being on the radio provides psychosomatic counseling for our people. Since every day they are stressed with the hardship. So I want to say good to follow this platform. This is Freedom FM 87.9. We will be back here tomorrow, same time, same station with the closing argument. My name is Junkies Morris, and I want to say bye-bye. Good night. Good night to every one of you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Junkie. Good night.
Junkie, just before you leave, I've been getting a lot of texts about your name. Is that your stage name?
That is my English name. My name is Junkies Morris.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good night, Junkie.
Good night.
Okay, guys.
So welcome back. Quickly as our landing. So Sarah, if we take how quickly this European ambassador was banished, out of here. And then you take the remarks that were made against President Boakai by the officer in charge of ArcelorMittal and the reaction from the government. I think it was the president's economic advisor, Mr. Kamara, who said something. And that's all we heard. So, the vice president, he is a larger than life. He's playing a larger than life size role in this government. Is obvious from all indications, how powerful he is. So, but since the drug thing has been ongoing, he has found all kinds of ways not to talk about it. And so this could be another attempt to kind of blunt it out. But I don't really believe, because the CMC is on record. We will begin to put people out in the streets pretty soon if they're not going to do anything about this. And I hope that other institutions will start to think about this. The women of Liberia will start to think about them.
Where are they? These are people that were in the street during the weird time.
The civil society organizations. Absolutely. Even our churches. We need not to let this matter rest until.
Well, they're just doing it for.
So I don't know how much you guys talked about what Alex Cummings said. That I absolutely agree with him. In fact, we have raised it in our meetings at the CMC. Why is it that we're not pushing this government to bring in internet to cover help? Because it is clear from all indications they've been compromised. I mean, all levels of this government is compromised, from the executive all the way down. Maybe not the judiciary, even the judiciary. What about the guys in Margibi? So the government is totally consumed by this.
They have a regime speaker, so
they lack any credibility whatsoever now to continue this investigation. I mean, they're investigating themselves. How is that even possible? So they need to get international help to come and help us here. I read some of the stuff that some of my friends wrote. Oh, we are a sovereign country. Sovereign, hello. Yeah, show me, the receipt for that. So if they need to bring help, otherwise we'll begin to make Monrovia ungovernable. We'll make it uncomfortable for them.
Honorable Pewee, let's start this day, because he brought up the CMC is threatening to protest, and then the standard bearer or the leader of the Alternative National Congress also came out and say he will take the lead and he will extend it to the international community. Today, I was able to listen to the commentary of Abdullah Kiatamba, where he says the opposition is impotent. He says they are giving this government a free ride to do whatever they want, and he made some analysis on when President Weah came right after his inauguration. They came up with $5 billion, $25 billion, bring back our money. They brought Henry Kosa, they brought in Justina Taylor. They just went on, and one never gave the administration any room to breathe. On the contrary, here we are, including the CDC. They have given this. Remember, during the CDC period, they had multiple elections. They had by-elections, so they were just all over the place. Now, this one, Keatama is saying the opposition is so disorganized that these people are getting a free ride. Today, as evidenced by what happened today, why is CMC doing? They are threatening to have their own protests. ANC is threatening to take the lead to do that. There is no coordination, so the people don't take them serious. I think Keatama has a point.
He has some point. He has some little point here, and in terms of the attempt to sprinkle the individual political party having their own protestation. He has that little point there. But the point that he's saying the opposition is incompetent, they're lazy, I vehemently disagree with him. And I believe that the difference between this opposition and the past opposition, this opposition seems to be organized in terms of being reputable. They are not only pushing for the question of naked power. The past opposition quest was to push for naked power. So they will go to do anything to jeopardize the interest of the Liberian people. Mind you, most of the terrible information they spewed out yesterday about the country, it harmed tremendously. They harmed the citizenry of the country, and they didn't care about that. Their quest was to get power. This opposition, I want to believe, the CDC and other opposition, they considering the interest of Liberian people not to negatively portray the country. So many the interest is that we want power, but we want to do it responsibly, not at the detriment of the Liberian citizens. And I want to believe Keatama is mixing something up here. But Keatama is also, by extension, an agent of this government. So he tried to portray the opposition to be weak and of not being organized. He's on a mission. Keatama is doing some, I'm told he got some relationship with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other institutions, if you will. So he's standing as an agent of the regime, attacking the opposition. So he's trying to portray the opposition to be weak. And in reality, the opposition, they are not weak. Here's why. They are not portraying some danger or some desperation for power and negatively portraying things as they did about the $16 billion. The this, the that, the that. Now, Mr. Weah and his camp would not just go on the negative campaign spree on the basis of damaging the country. Mr. Gayman, whenever one terrible information is out, malicious information and falsehood is out, it does not just affect the government in power. It affects the citizenry. Because if nothing positively unfolding in the country, the people are going to suffer. So my thought process about this, the opposition, I don't think they are in disarray. No. Where I will agree here a little bit, I think they will have to coalesce in demonstration of their togetherness and the rest of that. And as it was portrayed recently in Zulu Whiskey, when all of the opposition converged at the CDC program, that was a strength. That's a massive show of strength as to what they did in recent time. But to deem the opposition to be unassuming, I disagree with him on that, and I disagree with him on that. The opposition, they are not as he portrayed them to be. He's trying to portray them this way, unfortunately. But moving forward, Keatama will have to tell Wisa, is he part of? Is he, because he portrays himself to be an independent analyst, he's not one. Is he promoting this regime? Or is he promoting certain agent of this regime, certain government entity? So is he a surrogate of some individualistic government entity? Or you dare to always attack the opposition as a mark of saying, okay, yeah, well, listen, the politics of the Liberia is a very peculiar kind of a politics we have in our country. The government would intentionally hire a higher gun to attack the opposition, portraying the opposition to be weak. So in the event when things happen, so independent man can't say the opposition. No, the opposition is not weak. The opposition showing strength, they're saying what they can collectively. No, see what is unfolding in the country recently. The opposition discussed the $19 million situation. This is factual. This is not a make-up story. It's not a make-up story. The $16 billion was a total fabrication of the reality. They made the story up and they went against the government. The government did not, Mr. Gayman. I was part of it. The government did not effectively handle that. And it was difficult to even handle those kind of things. Because the person went put in, the government got $15 billion, then it came with this $25 billion up situation again. So it was a difficult thing for the government. The government found himself in a very tight spot at the time. And then, because the president at the time believed in the democratization of the country moving forward, everyone should have the time to demonstrate. So the protest came very early, and he said, okay, yeah, everybody can come and do what you want to do. That's the essence of democracy. Come and protest. And they allowed that. So the government didn't muscle protestation. The government didn't muscle even people coming. So the government allowed those things to unfold. That's one of the reasons why you saw that June 18 protest from the so-called COP and the rest of that. Immediately after that, you saw the kind of disintegration of all of those things that were unfolding. So, I mean, from that perspective, quickly, I agree that they did that and they protested against the Weah administration, but they were marked by a lot of falsehood. And those falsehood, it's not the trademark of this current opposition. We have responsible opposition, and I believe the interest of the Liberian people matters a lot to not just pre-up negative propaganda against the states. So that's the difference between the yesterday opposition and the today opposition. Today, they are responsible and they are truth-telling. They go to the issues. Yesterday, they did it for the quest of making power, and something that is unfortunate. So, September, we have to go and redefine his role moving forward.
Okay. Sarah.
Yes.
What do you think of us having everybody having their own separate protest?
I don't think that's a good thing. Like Pewee said, I totally agree with Pewee. The opposition will have to coordinate, to be able to do things together, especially when it comes to protest and other things. But like Pewee said, this opposition is an opposition that is focused on the issues. And because of that, this government does not want even people to protest. You can see how when people get in the street to protest, they go after them, they harass them, they beat them, they do all kinds of things to them. But yesterday, when they were protesting under the Weah government, they gave them water to drink. Okay? They allowed them to take their BB black pots in front of the executive mansion to cook the cobalt and eat it. And when the guy don't eat it, they gave them water to drink. But this government, they don't want to do that. They don't even want to see that. So the opposition here will have, as they are doing, they are targeting the issues that matters to the Liberian people. So for Kehleboe to sit there and talk, when he's talking, they say his government, he's a spy or he's working for the government. So you would expect that he will attack the opposition. What he's trying to prove, that's up to him. But the fact that this United Party government is a government of suppress, divide, and rule, the opposition will have to come up with a different strategy to counteract them. And I think one of the strategies is, yes, they must coordinate the protesters, but they must attack the issue. We don't want to see these people killing our young people in the street, as they are planning to do. They will kill these children, they will beat them up and put them in jail and lie on them. This is the government we're dealing with. So the opposition, have to be strategic. Where our Kehleboe coming from with his so-called analysis of opposition and this and that, he needs to go back and redefine his own role in this government. Because we know he works with the government. And what he says is to defend the government. So nobody taking him serious here. Thank you, Mr. Gayman.
Good. I got a call. I'm going to come, but let me put the question to Victor. Be pondering, be thinking about it while we go. The final objective of going to war or going to a game or being on the field is to win. Good guys have always never been at the front or never win a game because you are good. Whatever it takes for Messi to get a free kick or penalty, he will flop. If the referee give it to him, he will take it. If that costs you the game, so be it. So I want you to think about that. It's about winning. You can't govern without winning. And if the other guy muscle it from you, so be it. Let me take this call. Your name, where you calling from?
Let's say, my brother, this is Adrian calling, man. I just want to let Pewee know that Kehleboe is the brother. Kehleboe belongs to a political institution. Kehleboe is a registered member of Unity. I mean, I call it ACO. ACO is an ally. Is part of this government. So even if he's stating the facts on issues, you got to look at his political alignment too. It has to be factored in, and he will speak from that perspective. All right. So that's what I didn't want to point out. Let's think about it. Maybe a lot of you guys don't know his political alignment. Kehleboe is official member of ACO. Thank you.
Okay. Kehleboe is, in fact, someone told me he was one of the founding youth member of the organization. Yeah, Mr. Nagbe, go ahead. The reason we go to a campaign, the reason we go, Tomalin High School play Buffet High or Tomalin High School play CWA is to win. So,
yeah,
if you sit there and they muscle you and win, you can't say you strong army. Listen, man, you allowed him to do this.
What your interpretation of muscle?
Go ahead.
So I think Kehleboe has some points there. As for instance, I think the removal of Speaker Kofa, I think that should have been a rallying issue for the opposition, but there were reasons why it was difficult. The CDC reaction to their own, the president was out of the country.
Because CDC was come out their own self. That's just the truth. So
yeah, that was a missed opportunity, and I get it. But I think Cyril has a point too. And there are different methods. We don't have to take COP playbook or UP playbook, and take the streets for on every matter. And there are ways we know to attack the issues, and I think we're doing it very well. The president delivered a State of the Union, his budget, and all of that. Our reaction, we all over the place. We brought our analysis, we debunked. We forced them to kind of admit that the president State of the Union contained lies in it, creating the amount of lies that he did. The LWSC guy put out his numbers here. We call him out for his lies. Yeah. So I think we're doing what the opposition did. We don't necessarily have to always be out in the streets, but there are some issues that I think that are worthy of coming out in the street, and I think the removal of the speaker is one of them. I think this drug issue should be another issue, because it is clear that these people, or their intention is to play Nyakan with this issue, and all of us will suffer in and out of Liberia because of the issue if it is not dealt with properly. So I think the call by the opposition, and I hope we'll all come together here. Yes, Alice Cummings can, tackle it from the international, angle. I think that is good. But I hope those of us who want to bring out our supporters, I think that's something we should all do collectively. I agree. I think the CMC should be joined by other opposition parties, and we will peacefully register to this government that we are not happy with the way the investigation is being conducted. First of all, right now the security forces of Liberia are in the crosshairs of this investigation. They're investigating themselves. That compromises their credibility. They need to get out of this investigation.
Yeah.
I mean, the LDEA, his driver, all over the place, everybody's calling their name. How is it that they are expected to conduct a credible investigation? So we think that you call for help. There's no shame in it. We're not able, credibility-wise. And I think competence-wise, I don't think we have the capacity to conduct the investigation necessary for this kind of magnitude of what is happening in Liberia. So, we haven't really sat down yet to jot down the points that we'll be putting forth. But we intend to register our discontent with this government. I think we've given them too much of a free pass. But on the drug issue, we are going to make sure we see them eyeball to eyeball. They have to turn this investigation around. They all over the place. They're frustrated. They're cursing. And calling people names and all of that. We don't care. They can call us all the names they want. We don't care. They're about this investigation, and they're going to tell us, who is the person or who are the people who have been orchestrating this narco trafficking in our country, trying to benefit whether they're building their what campaign chairs or whatever it is. They have been caught red-handed, and we're going to make sure that the investigation will proceed and show that. So yes, I think with the opposition, we hopefully will rally around this call. I think we will try to galvanize our community. We'll call on all of our brothers and sisters in the opposition community.
Why are you guys not joining the stand protest?
The stand is not a political party. They should join us. They are a pressure group. If UCDC want to always protest through the stand, you'll go ahead. But they are not a political party. We are not going to stand behind stand. We will come out on our own. They can join us. They are not a political party. They are a pressure group.
Okay.
Mr. Nagbe, let me start this one with you. This is Joseph Boakai was in a bar. Smoke-filled bar.
You didn't see the video?
Yeah, he said he went to support his son. And his supporters are cheering him on. President Myean went to the World Cup to support his son. And they said it was hubris. It was contemptuous for him to go and support his son while people in Liberia were suffering. People are still suffering in Liberia. President Joseph Boakai went to a bar. And they say, one of his men just tested me saying, Sisi Goya said his son is an artist and he went to support his son. Anybody who has a son needs
maybe that was Sisi Goya in Liberia for right to go and support the launch.
So is this a double standard? Is the president sitting in a bar, right? I didn't say his son should be DeVito or James Brown, whether he had talent or not. It's good to have your father in the stand to support you. But if it's good for him in a bar, why it is not good for another man who's sitting in the stadium watching his son play? Sarah, you take a stab at this one.
Well, let me tell you, Mr. Gayman, it just shows how the hypocrisy that is in this unity party people. I mean, sometimes these people carry on to the extent where sometimes I just think that they don't have one love for the country. It just made me think that way. Because they put politics into everything. And then when we go after them, they don't want to come to justify like Sisi Goa. Okay? You said we are coming to watch his something was wrong. So is it right for Joseph Boakai not to use our taxpayer dollar to go watch his song or singing in that club? And this old man is not even feeling well. He's sitting there and more smokes. And God forbid something happened to him, that our tax dollar will be used again to fly him out of the country to go get treatment. So these people are nothing but hypocrites. I saw a video of this Martha Morris woman talking that they will use money to buy votes to keep themselves in power. Can you imagine that kind of statement coming from a deputy minister? The people are just greedy. They don't care about the welfare of our people. They were just passing around lying. You harmonize my pay, I will harmonize your vote. They have gotten into this government now. They can harmonize the people pay. People are just suffering. The $150 can't come on time. Why you lie to our people like that? So our people should, Liberian people, it doesn't matter what party you're in, just open your eyes and see through this government. See through them and see whether they are already there for you.
Honorable Pewee, the president was in a bar, whatever it is. He said he went to watch his son. President Myean was in the stadium watching his son. They said President Myean was wrong. It wasn't right while the Liberian people were suffering. He abandoned them and went to watch his son. And here we are. The president just came from I don't know where he went, because the NATO convention was going on in Turkey. So more people find it unbelievable that he was invited. he came and he's in a bar and his partisans are cheering him on.
Yes, and you know, and it's part of the reason why sometimes, and Madam Sadiq said this before when she constantly lambasted Mr. Taylor when he was on the hand of the presidency in Liberia. Then when she took over the presidency, she said something that if you are not in, you wouldn't know what is basically unfolding inside the presidency and its surrounding, if you will. I will now love and I will appreciate the fact that all of those knucklehead that criticized Mr. Weah at the time would now have the appreciation of what is it to have a child. And having children or child does not show any line of boundary in terms of whatever position you may call yourself. You can be the king, you can be the president, Mr. Gayman, you can be the president whatsoever. If it came to your children, or those if it came to your children, there's no boundary there. There's going to be no border. You're going to associate yourself with that. So basically, did not come into that realization that you can never abandon a child or children, come what may, no matter your level of the position in a country. Mr. Weah came, that is blood. Now Mr. Bwaka is doing the same. I would love, and that's my only thing back to them. I would love for them to have that appreciation. You know, so sometimes we should not. It goes back to what I was just saying. We cannot just do things for the quest of naked power. And then we want to sometimes disassociate ourselves from our family upbringing. Family is first, and everything is family. And that's what you see in this country. When the president of the Great Free War, sometime the last time he was boarding Air Force One, he had his grandchildren ahead of him going along, carrying that power too, as their grandfather is. His children, they were all board together. Sometimes they all ride in the Beast 1 and 2. That's his children. That's his offspring. So people will always something. I don't think for this question in the need of politics, we try to lambast each other time to time with these things. It's wrong. Where you would think that Mr. Weah will abandon his son that is doing something that he didn't achieve. Mr. Weah played all of the football in the world. He did not attend. He didn't play no World Cup. He didn't even qualify for it. His son was attending his first achievement in appearing at the World Cup. And that day you could see most of the sport analysts, when they were analyzing the commentators on the field, when Mr. Weah celebrated his son's goal at that World Cup in Qatar. I can remember that day I was sitting here in the US watching the game, and the commentator said, yeah, what Mr. Weah didn't achieve his son. That's why he was in a very euphoric mood that evening. Right? Because he didn't go to the World Cup, but his son did not only go to the World Cup, but his son scored the United States first goal in that World Cup. It was a massive achievement from his part. He celebrated a child, something a father would want to see a son do. The criticized at the time. Today, just yesterday, Mr. President, His Excellency Joseph Gayman Boaka came from an official trip outside the country. The first place he went after the trip was to see his son perform. And his son showing shout out to him, JMB in the house.
The rapper, of course.
Yo, JMB, he said that he responded, he getting his son. He joined the line of it. JMB in the house,
Next generation.
Then the man said, yeah, all the shisha roll, right? JMB the hot funny in the house. That is the essence of it. And that's it. So you see, now it's unfolding. It's just like they say, Kamara is this, Kamara and that. People can say, I know how to call this, Kamara is a bitch or whatsoever thing. It's a bitch. That is it. JB in the house, yo. And JB gave you that, the big boy, the pop daddy type of smile.
Yeah.
He gave pop daddy response.
Yeah, but it's said in a
more. Yeah, I'm picking yeah. Nobody people, I come on, I play, yeah, go ahead. That is it. But did I celebrate that as a father myself? Of course, I celebrated that. The fact that JMB will go and see his son perform. This is what JMB got 3, 4, 5 children thereabout. But this is what that son. That's why he loved. He cherished it a lot. He into that. Now He went to China. He got a master's degree from China. I know this guy, but he loved to do this music. He went to China before during the Madame Sadi's time. He got a scholarship. After he went to China, he got a master's degree in China. I don't know why he got a master's in. But Tantan loved to do this. So his father went to see him celebrate to meet his dream. Every father would celebrate that. Oh, Mr. Weah did it. The surrogates, the protégés, they were all there lambasting Mr. Weah and his son.
The president, the president
yesterday, and I want to guess some of them even joined the president to sit there. They were around. Maybe they came out. Most of them went there. Celebrating the same thing, singing Tantan, saying, yo, JB, you know, and we didn't get this in the kind of line. So, I hope Tantan will give them some number. Yo, that's the unfortunate aspect. That's the Liberian politics we have today. It is very, very unfortunate, and we ought to. And we will sit and we pray for long life. We all want to be reminding them, and that's why I said to us, I will end on this note. The day I be foreign minister of Liberia or president or any senior, what government official entitled, I would make good use of it. Now I can tell people, I don't want to be criticizing and get it. Oh, they say to you, I said no. If I'm foreign minister today, I will live the life I should live. To be very frank, if I'm president, if my son or my child or my grandson or my children celebrating anything, my grandchildren, I will be part of that. I will suspend the executive activity that day and go attend that. That's what every family can do. Everywhere in the world, true family will do that. You will see it from every U.S. president. You saw when Joe Biden's son was attacking him. What he did, he came out.
Of course.
Said, nobody dare go after my son. You saw how his son there. And to the extent when he was leaving by what he did, he pardoned his son 100%. Of
course.
Right? So that's the line. So I would love the time we are celebrating his son. You're just requiring that, oh yeah, we may want to celebrate his son in the World Cup. Oh, thank you, Mr. President. I leave with great support. Because when you are the president, and they can say, oh, he used government resources. You don't expect the president now. Because the day you president, the day they say, the teacher, they say, congratulations, Mr. President. Anything you do, the government will have to be with you. Because security will have to be with you. That's the difference. I said. Yesterday, Joe was sitting over there enjoying himself in the evening. You know, I saw somebody didn't take note of that, but you saw the paper lay glass of wine was side there.
Yeah.
International say, yo, Uncle Joe, you know, JB in the house, right? You know, they're celebrating. And everybody celebrated with him yesterday because his son was doing something that he dearly loved. And he and his wife went to join their son in this celebration. That is the kind of a masterpiece we love to see in the country. But we would have loved to see them do the same yesterday. Unfortunately, they didn't do it yesterday, and that's the same thing coming back now. So it's just a kind of a seesaw battle we have in our political system, and this is terrible.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we were talking about in this country. Sometimes you will see Honorable Pewee in the car taking his daughter to, cheerleading or baseball, whatever, and that's what this is. That's what got this country great. In Liberia, no child will come on. In this country, even on TV, when your daughter or your baby comes to you and hugs you, it is so adorable.
Yeah, but you saw, I'm not cutting you. You saw how many richest men on earth. When the man his son went in the Oval Office that day, you saw the biggest store show, right?
Yeah.
We all want to play man his son on his shoulder.
Elon Musk.
Yes, to portray that father and son connections. But some people think
people they take it to be something bad.
Yeah, when you're a president, you shouldn't associate with your family thing. Everything should be government.
Everything is politics.
You tell your son what? You think before the man or the president where he came from, he don't have family?
But on Pewee, this is what we are saying. Why is it in this country we all live here, went to school here, we train here? They always call them the first family. They didn't say first man, they say first family.
Yeah.
And the president, the wife, and the children, they are first family. So why they were all over the place about excuse me about they say President Weah was singing. Here Tanta was singing. Okay.
And now they're singing showing shy, yo, James.
Yeah. and I don't know because I couldn't hear why he was singing that. I don't know where it was.
I didn't even understand the whole song he was singing.
I don't know where it was. Shake that thing or something. and Papi say, hey, yeah.
I also it make no sense.
I didn't.
You see how the political aspect again?
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, I don't know what the song was. Maybe it was shit. I think.
To be frank,
but the president said, yeah, the president said, yeah.
To be frank myself, I
Why
yet
you
to really
got the
understand the
first
meaning of the
cheerleader for
song.
his son?
What was the song?
I yet to understand the meaning of the song. I just heard us. Yeah, the only thing I know, I can't from that song. Yo, JB in the house.
Hey, Nagbe in the house.
No, but seriously, I don't understand that whole song.
I did not call somebody the rest and I can listen to it. I know how it's not so there. I couldn't hear it so much to be frank.
I will call Sisi Goya.
At least we could understand we are on some Mr. Liar man, but they all
I think he said shake that thing. So we'll see whether I shake it.
Yeah, you know, so no, the country is just that's why we pray.
Look, I agree with Sylvester Pewee. I'm a parent myself, so parent going to support.
We are.
Yeah, to go and support the child. Well, this is incomparable to what President Weah did. This man was out of this country for almost 50 days, right? In the throes of crippling economic hardship, people were. You remember?
Not 50 days, but not 50 days, Chief. No.
No, I said 48 days. I said almost 50 days. 48 days.
No. So let me provide you a quick information.
Let me finish my thing. Then
go ahead.
President Weah, you understand me? This was in the middle of the retire campaign. You understand me? You have a major rally. You understand me? Taking place in your country. The country is rocking.
Go ahead.
The president was out for almost 50 days.
You know the number. Why you keep saying almost 50?
All right, 48 days.
Okay.
The president was out for about 48 days.
Okay.
You understand me? He left the people in the middle of so much hardship. And the president spent 9 days in Qatar watching the World Cup. I understand his son was playing. I get that. And I would have probably supported my son if he were playing. But not with what he was dealing with at home. So I think what Joseph Boakai did, take that and compare to President Weah, there's no comparison. Absolutely not. I disagree with people who are comparing to. They're not. Did Boakai spend any money for what they've done? I doubt it.
Yes.
And how much? Show me the budget.
The man had nothing. He had NSA protection. He had protection. He had police protection. He had all of those are all state resources. What are you talking about?
So the president gets that protection everywhere he goes.
So it's state money.
So that monetary value.
Well, look. I first of all, I don't understand why our politicians wait until they come to power to make music. That's something I don't understand. So you have a point there. But to the point where we're making a comparison between the two, there is no comparison.
There is
none. There's absolutely none. Absolutely none.
Now you are wrong again, because before Joe Weah became president, I saw a lot of video of him playing his music when he was playing for Chelsea, when he brought all the African players together. They had a video.
Yeah, he Kehleboe West.
Oh yeah, I saw that. So don't say that. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I didn't see any of those. But but that was an aside, the whole music thing. But I'm saying,
did you know that Joseph Boakai was a devil? You know the kissing devil. You know, you remember that he was a. You're laughing.
Anyway, so let me pass it back to you. I'm waiting to hear what the president brought back to us from Tekia. You understand me? Now whether he went to the club to chill out.
He living with you to figure it out.
Exactly.
Honorable Pewee.
You know what? I'm done on this matter. I'm back to you.
Honorable Pewee, when President Weah left Liberia, he didn't go straight to Qatar. He made several stops. I know he stopped in Morocco. He stopped in Egypt. He stopped in other countries. So it's not like he just went to Qatar for 40. Go ahead, Honorable Pewee.
Yeah, so the president, there was a COP, one of the COP conference, international conference COP meeting being held in Cairo, Egypt. The president was in Egypt for 4 days, attending that official matter. He has attended the Saharan meeting also that was held in Morocco, that was in Marrakesh, Morocco. Right, I'm saying it off because the foreign minister.
All the pictures, my dear.
A foreign minister, their detailed release on this. I can't
There you
remember.
go.
I'm saying it
Give
off
it
there
a
because
rest.
I
Give it a
know
rest.
at the time we did something about this in that line, right? So I can stay recording. It's not even of me saying it. Then the president left from there and came. There was he made another stop. That was Egypt, Morocco. The president came to Qatar, and then the president attended the World Cup Qatar. He was not in Qatar for now. The president was in Qatar for 7 days. Then the president left, but before Qatar, the president stopped to UAE, Dubai. Then Dubai, the president did a short flight over to Qatar for the World Cup, couple of days. I mean, down couple of like 6 or 7 days in Qatar. Then the president flew here to the United States of America for the democracy summit that was held by Joe Biden for African leaders.
So how many days in total?
So I'm coming there. The total day the president spent in the country was 29 days combined all. People, it was propaganda that said 48. They were never 48 days. The total was 29 days combined on all the visitations across the president visit.
I totally disagree.
I'm saying this authoritatively, right? I'm saying this, and I want you to.
And I'm authoritatively disagreeing with your numbers.
Yeah, no problem. But I want you to counter this with something, and I will go back in my archive and give some of the releases on time and give you and timeline onto that. But beyond that, the president also came here in the United States for the conference. So, mind you, the COP conference, the global, the COP conference that was held in Cairo, there's one that was held here in Sarai, from Morocco, then Qatar. So the president spent basically close to a week in Qatar during the World Cup. The president did not even see his son play out of the game. If you can see that the president was leaving when he was even taking a hug with the son and the wife and then other folks. The president left. The son they still had a game to play, right? Then the president left it. So somebody even narrated that the president spent. No, the president did not. The president witnessed his son play 2 of the games. I think 2 or 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what saying. So the president even wishes some best wishes on his departure out of when he was leaving, hoping then, but that final other game they played, they were not fortunate to have won that had they got out. So the president didn't see the son play all of the game in Qatar. So that was also a misinformation on the part of the opposition camp. But again, people move to do these things when you. I guess moving forward, President, we are with now this time around have a kind of a massive information machinery that will be deployed to give an explanation to the Liberian people in a way of to be moving forward, and the rest of that. I will hope that will be the role. Maybe I will if I maybe take the time to know. But that's the kind of a thing that I will for them, Mr. Nagbe. Is that the president abandoned the country for 50 days or 48 days? No. If you went back and ready to take stock of the day the president left and when he returned, there was a debate of the information minister then even, and it's one of those people they are on BBC. And the information minister brilliantly cataloged. Well, not the information minister said, well, you did not mean I did that. Brilliantly cataloged the president activities and engagement as to how the president is going to be out. And many people didn't even know the president attended Cairo for the COP, what they call it, to protect what the name of it, the COP summit, but with this climate change COP summit. That's the major thing the president went for. He went to all those. The president is an ardent supporter of saving the climate and all of things, evident by most of his speeches to the United Nations. He emphasized on those things. The Liberia even pay most. We have our green forest. We're using those things to not abuse the forest to save the climate and the rest of those things. So by that, he visited some of these things and merged Liberia to be part of the discussion moving forward. But he didn't abandon the country to be out for 48 days. No, that was a huge propaganda. And I thought it sank in and play against him very seriously. But he had gone to see his son, and I mean, it was just that. And I agree. You disagree with what happened, Joe. My point, what I was trying to portray just now, Mr. Nagbe, is that it's not that Joe stayed out of the country. The point here is that his folks were insensitive to this president coming to share best wishes with his son, with the former president's son. Now his folks are celebrating him sharing best wishes with his son. That's the inhumanity there. I think they should have recognized that fact that his son, and every parent will be proud in those kind of moments. They would cherish those kind of moments when their children or child is celebrating a milestone. That was an extraordinary milestone that young man celebrated at that age. Then he's 26 now. He was 22 years old when he made appearance to his first World Cup. It was an extraordinary milestone that needed to be celebrated by every parent. And by large, we Liberians, because he's got a Liberian heritage. His father is from Liberia, and we all celebrated that. That was the part of the manifestation that day that many Liberians even sort of supported America. And luckily, he struck a very beautiful goal in the fight. Unfortunately, he drew that game, but against Wales. But again, it would have been something that we could remember. So I mean, that's all. We all should just respect us when our people, the man of the in opposition. I mean, they are the person we in opposition, and the Liberia there. Everything about the government when you're in opposition is bad. Yeah, even if the president would say, "I'm getting married," they'll say, "Oh, they'll have somebody who has something. Oh, why the person getting married for?" So that's the problem. So
no, here is what I've found, and I'll be quick. I know my brother, you're speaking authoritatively. I'm not. I'm speaking based on Google research. So
no, but you just said authoritatively too. So
the president left the country on November 1 to December 19th.
Yeah, what happened?
That trip reportedly cost about $1 million plus $2,000 per day for daily survival allowance. Now, here's what he did. He went to Morocco, Sylvester, you're right, from November 2nd to the 5th.
Right.
Then he went to Egypt from November 6th to the 11th.
Right.
Then he went on to France from November 11th to the 15th.
Right.
Then he went on to Qatar
from
November 15th to the 29th.
Right.
Then he went on to Monaco from
December
30th from November 30th to December 3rd.
Right.
Then he went to the U.S. We all remember you met Joe Biden and all of that. He explained football to Joe Biden and all of that.
Yeah.
You understand me? When you add all of that up, November alone has over almost 21 days. I mean, almost 29 days.
Yeah,
so
but listen,
hold on. I know you. The first thing, the president did not come back home. He went from one to the other to the other. A lot of people felt he could have taken a break in between, come home and address some of the problems he had happening, including the protest that was coming up. All of that, but he went on from one trip to the next, to the next, to the next, for a combined days of 48 days out of the country.
Yeah, you just started from November 19th?
Right.
No, November 1st to December 19th.
November 1st to December 19th.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know, November alone has 30 days.
We didn't go back. No, okay. So you started very brilliantly just now by saying he left on the 1st, right?
Yes.
You go to Morocco, Spain. So can you tell us when he left, when he went to France, when he left from France and when he that report say it?
You know, I mean, let me bring it up.
You started April. Then you're women. I would just around up. If you tell me when he left from Monaco, when he left from Qatar, when he left, if you do that, you win the victory.
So he left. You said he left Monaco on the 2nd. He was in Monaco from November 2nd to the 5th. He was Morocco. Then he left. He left from there and got in Egypt on the 6th. So he left on the 5th and arrived in Egypt on the 6th. He was in Egypt until the 11th of November. Then he left for Egypt for France. He arrived in France on the 11th. He was in France from the 11th to the 15th. Then he left for Qatar on the 15th of November. He arrived in Qatar. He was in Qatar from the 15th to the 29th of November.
How many days?
Then he left on the 30th. He arrived in Monaco. He was in Monaco from November 30th to December 3rd. Then he left and came to the States. He was in the States until from November 13th to the 15th. And I think he returned to the country here on the 19th.
So how many days?
48 days.
One minute. The narrative in Liberia is he spent 49 days watching his son play.
No.
That is the narrative.
That's it. Exactly.
That's the narrative. No, you see, that's what we say here. You see, the propaganda was he spent 49 days watching football.
That was the propaganda.
Your narrative here, the total days he spent in Qatar for 13 days.
And he came back with tangibles, unlike those.
No, but he spent. He came back with tangibles. Let's talk about the days.
The blue carbon thing came back.
The days he spent in Qatar is 13 days. So how that become 49 days, 48 days?
Yeah, but you didn't hear me make that argument that you were watching his son for 48 days. I said the president left the country. He left the country in the middle of a crisis, and he was gone for 48 days.
Yeah, okay, but the thing is, y'all say he watched football for 49 days. This man, listen, Pewee and everybody, as an administrator who takes care of people's money, why would I go to France, come all the way back to Liberia, then go to Canada, all the way back? Who does that? If you are going, if you are going to Washington D.C. from Florida, and you got meeting in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, why would I go to Virginia, come back to Miami, then go back to?
The president. Why I still challenge that?
That is CMC model.
I still challenge that, and someone from the opposition they have put that on and wrote it on one of the things they went to Google, right? So that someone may have done that.
No. I got look. Reuters is attached to this. There are about 6 websites here to corroborate this.
Listen.
And I just go
so yes, I would say to, and I will try to get a breakdown to share with us on that.
Al Jazeera.
The president got an
Al Jazeera was fair by propaganda.
The president got official communication, invitation rather, to attend on behalf of the people and government of Liberia to attend the Cairo.
Those are all state visits. That's correct.
Official visitation. Egypt, Morocco, France. Then even a brief stop in Qatar was not all about the game. He had some engagement.
In fact, now that I remember, there were reports that the president left way too early. The program he went to attend, and you remember he left here on the 1st. The first engagement was not until the 3rd. What was he doing with all that time? Those are some of the concerns that people were listening. He left here.
No, Mr. Nagbe, the president left the country on the 1st and arrived in. Now, the president left the country almost at midnight the time and arrived in Qatar, not Qatar, in Morocco.
Morocco was the first stop.
Yeah, the president arrived. So you expect when the president of a republic is traveling, the president arrived the next day, he went straight into business. Right? And the president left and then arrived in Cairo, and you know the climate change summit can last for almost a week, but the leadership, the executive meeting can last for 2, 3, 4 days. Then when we have the other sideline meeting, we're going to go, but sometimes you can go more 2 weeks. The one that we're having recently in Brazil before that fire thing came about, it lasted for about 2 weeks and thereabout. So the president had those kind of engagement. So presidential travel is different from when other officials are traveling. Right. So when presidential travel is such that when the president dedication is sent, name and list is sent far ahead of time to the next country government and to the receiving country, and the receiving country will receive that in process, and then they have details, the advanced team going in, and the rest of that. The president arrived. The president have to be taken to his hotel to have to take some time to rest. That's the president of the republic. It's not just one other person now. Take some time and get the engagement. Before the official meeting, the president is engaged in other silence meetings. We call it the meeting of the fringes discussion, meeting on the fringes of that activity. So the president is into discussion today. The president will meet some top-notch business people and other things. The president locked into those meetings, and the protocol arrange those meetings, and then to move into the meetings to have these things done. Thereafter, the president moves straight. When the president arrives sometime, depending on that particular trip arrangement, the host country will arrange a dinner for the president as part of the note that is received in that diplomatic note. In that diplomatic note, they'll say, okay, well, the president is arriving. There was a time the president went to Japan, for instance. As the president arrived, there was a special notion for that night for the president. The president should come on the time. So it is on the basis of the arrangement between the two states that the president will plan the trip. So the protocol office is going to arrange that out of the, if there's a big trip of such, the chief of protocol of the Republic of Liberia will spearhead that, not exactly the minor chief of protocol. They get involved with the president is signing up. So it's far ahead plan, and it's done in terms of diplomatic practices, and that's how the president traveled playing well. Now, and people that had the think thought process, the president have to return to Liberia. Now, You travel where it comes in the middle, in the east there, Egypt. You want the man to leave from Egypt, go by Liberia, and plan a trip to go to France. Why it does is that it's not only time consuming, it's tiring for the president. And talk about other very expensive, talk about other security implications. So when the president is traveling, there's a lot of security implications also we have to take into consideration. We are not a rich country like this powerful country that will have everything 100% to have that kind of giant thing. Our government we don't even have our own private plane. So it will be, as Mr. Gayman said, it will be super expensive were we to indulge into that. But I think people politicize it. And again,
but I agree with you. But look, we were talking in terms of comparison. But first of all, to come back to the details, the president left. He came to France and then went to Qatar, right? And then came back to Egypt. France. He came to France, started with Morocco. He was already in the region with Egypt and Morocco. He left and went to Qatar, and then he came back. If you compare those two, you can't tell me it's cheaper than coming to Liberia and going. But
it's cheaper from where?
Okay. Yes, but my point was this.
Joseph from Morocco to Europe, not far.
Was look, I Sylvester, I agree with most of what you're saying, but my point I made was comparing what we did to what Boga did. There is no comparison. That was my argument.
Okay, that's your argument.
That is my argument.
That's your
now. Both of them, as to the merits of the both of them, that's something else we can talk about. But I say in comparison, I think the CDC people got nothing on Boga on this. You understand me? Compared to what the president did, they got nothing.
There's
no comparison here.
That's your opinion.
That's your opinion,
I said 9 days. Sylvester said 7 days. I said he spent 7 days in Qatar watching his son. Yeah, I know he wanted to support his son. So Boga came home the same day and he goes to that.
That's what the president did not.
That's what we're going to talk about here.
Boga wasted 7-8 days in.
They did not tell you that the man spent 7 days watching his son.
He waited 7-8 days in Turkey for nothing. But anyway, let's go to the next topic.
You didn't get the thing the tangible that seriously they brought by and they brought tangible back too.
What tangible? He said he leave it with you to figure it out.
That when President Weah came back, what the tangible seriously brought back. I don't see.
I will tell you soon. I'm pulling it up, but let's talk this.
Okay.
The chairman of the Unity Party says the president should fire and reshuffle, and he has a list of people that he feels are not performing, non-performing, or not performing, that he will submit a list for these people to be fired, and then Daniel Sano fired back and told the folks that basically what the chairman is saying is trash. Let me start with Sarah on this one. Sarah, the chairman of the party say the president should fire people. He has a list of non-performance from different ministries and agencies. And Daniel Sano say he ordered his mind, basically.
Daniel Sano is just, I don't know, the Marcos and Parcos thing they're doing at that ministry is just all over him to the point where he can't think. I think the chairman is right. The chairman wants the president to succeed. The chairman wants the government to succeed. And if the chairman sees that people in the government are not performing, it's creating a problem for the government. He, as a chairman, I think he has the right to suggest to the president. It's left for the president to follow what the chairman is suggesting. But the chairman has the right to do that. And for Donald Trump, Sano, or whatever his name is, to come out and say that the man is this or that and insulting the man or is trash. Something wrong with that brother. Something is wrong with Daniel Sano. I think this is just one of his first very important job. And instead of him taking it very seriously, he's passing around creating nothing but nonsense for himself, because the update for him out there is very bad. Very, very bad. He's not representing the government or being a spokesman for this government in a way he's supposed to. He's very rude, arrogant. He doesn't know how to address issues. It's just wrong. He's supposed to be one of those that will be dismissed. I think the chairman should suggest to the president that one of those that is not performing, and he should be out of that job. He's not performing at all. So and the chairman is right.
You think he was on our list?
I think he should be on our list.
I
mean, so.
Honorable Pewee.
Let me say so.
the chairman, Dr. Tape say he has a long list of honor performers in the government. He asked the president to reshuffle, and Daniel Sano went after him.
Yes, I think the reason why Daniel Sano, I may not be a fan of his, Sano, but the reason why I thought he did that is the response from the executive is not favorable. You have to understand the structure of the bureaucracy. The chairman, it's not his place to come and say that, meaning you're trying to usurp the function of the president, or if the president is not paying attention, right? That is total nonsense. The chairman will order, and I think Sano is acting on the basis of some instruction coming from the executive to dismiss him immediately. Dismiss his claim. Trust me, this is why I'm for that. Now, you got no space as chairman of a ruling establishment to come and say you got a list that you're going to present to the president on that. The Article 56 of the Constitution of Liberia is clear. Effort appointed officials. The 54 says that the president shall appoint ministers, deputy ministers, assistant ministers, minister councillor, military officer from the rank of lieutenant thereabout upward will be appointed, and all will be appointed by and other government officials. That will be mayor, blah, 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 blah. That's Article 54. Article 56 of the Constitution says all of those people that are just named in 54 serve at the will and pleasure of the president. They didn't say the will and pleasure of any political party chairman, right? So if you, and the United Party, they are political. They believe the statement out of the chairman was order. So probably they will call him to school, saying he'll be school in our area. But the point is that first and foremost, they will bring their own hired attack dog. And Daniel Sano is one of those attack dogs now all over the place, you know. So they unleash the dog. So unleash him to hit the chairman and say, well, hey. But again, that alone is showing some sign that there's some serious problem within the United Party camp moving forward. To see the deputy minister dismissing the chairman claim as being reckless and callous and all of those things that you want to give the descriptions, it's not a good sign. But why should the chairman himself out? And he said, I don't know if, unfortunately, I'm told that his name.
He has said on the board.
I'm told his name is on the list that those that will be changed. So I don't know if he put his own name. I know he put his own name there, but that was not a good sign, Mr. Gayman, to for a chairman to come out and say this is how we should operate. And then you have the I didn't listen. It's news to me. I didn't listen to Daniel Sano's statement. I just hearing that today. But if that is the case, it's quite unfortunate, and I think he was acting for instruction. Out of his boss saying, okay, call the president, saying, hey, that man talking nonsense, you're dismissing. So yeah, so Sano found the means of dismissing the way he did. But do we, as people from the side, and the position I'm expressing here is for him to not say that. But is he right to say that there are certain government officials that are not performing? Of course, absolutely. He's right by that. Even the very port he served in, why are some of the changes in the port? It's just there to do things. So do we need some reshuffle from that angle also? So does the presidency really take into consideration these things about massive reshuffle coming up? Now, maybe, in other words, again, two things may be happening at the same time. While the president may not be happy with the statement, then the information folks are dismissing him. But is it possible that the presidency is contemplating some reshuffle, and then he's hearing some privileged information? He tried to count on that privileged information to act like he's the one doing the suggestion. Is it coming from that angle? If it's possible, it's coming from that angle. Yeah, but there's some level of discontent within the president. Is not really happy. He's a little disillusioned as to what is unfolding. And due to that disillusionment is maybe the reason why we may see some, I don't know, it's going to be a massive reshuffle, or is people going to exit? Because if it's going to be reshuffle, meaning we're still going to have most of the people stay in government. We just shift them from one place to the next. But if it's going to be the issue about some shifting some people out of government completely due to non-performance, it's something that we have to sit and observe to see what's going to happen. But yes, there's this possibility that I want to believe something of such will happen. It didn't happen in the past administration, and it hampered some of the activities of the past government also. And I will be very bold to say that. Yeah. Because some of these things didn't happen, and there's no, every president should have to be bold enough. And the problem is that this president, the past president, they got some similar thing. They don't have to see people hurt. And you can't be. You don't say you're going to be president. You want to do that. No, then you miss a lot of mistake. Because if Mr. Gayman is my man or my big brother, he my government, I want to be feedback. I don't be so. And then leader that will always take that kind of approach of leadership. Trust me, there'll be some serious problem that you will have to face with. And this president is almost the same as what the former president did. Also, just appoint people and just forget about what they do, and just allow them to flow. Sometimes but by sometimes coming remind them that there's a chief, there's a supervisor here that's supervising you. If you're not performing, you're going to get out. By taking some stand, massively reshuffling, getting some people out, then you remind other folks of putting time to things. And as Madam Sadi used to do often. So this is unfolding, but let's want to see what happens. But yeah, I believe this call from Daniel Sando, there have been some instruction from up to descend on the chairman of the party, who himself is a presidential appointee.
Wow. Mr. Nagbe, I'm watching, I'm listening to and reading what's happening here. Mr. Siaple say by 2029, the chairman will be called the former chairman. Our original men that have money now, and our guys will buy them out. So there you go. The guys with the guy, he said our men that got money now, right? They have stolen enough money. Come 2029 or before 2029, chairman will be former chairman. He said you can take it to the bank. So here you go. Somebody for the original Unity Party don't see them as real Unity Partisans, right? They came on and ate on their show. So the guys said, now when I see enough money, we'll kick you out. That's what he said here.
Well, someone reminded us in the comment section here that Daniel Sando is eating show on Victor Tape. I think that because if you remember, Daniel Sando is with Yombly Kanga and Darius Dillon. They come from Liberty Party. Yeah. So in reality, Victor Tape really is not his chairman, but I think the call made by Dr. Tape, I think, is in place. Several of us have actually surprised that the president has not carried out a major reshuffle up to now. We think it's overdue. I remember I met with the president in Atlanta. I came, I think, on this very show or somewhere else, and the president has said that he understood that he was leading a coalition. And therefore, the people who he was hiring, he didn't even know. But he felt an obligation to honor these people because he was heading a collaboration. But within 6 months, he was going to carry out a clean sweep. And this is not a third party. I was sitting in the room with him. He said that to our faces. And nothing has happened. Now, is Dr. Tape the right person? Maybe not, because he himself, I think he has handicapped, his own gravity by his early antics where he went, carry people to march on the president's house to go and force the president to give him a job. This cannot be a job.
Election money in there.
The inauguration, the inauguration money and all of that. So it may not be the credible messenger. But I think the overriding concern here is that I'm surprised that this president has not carried out a major reshuffle, and move people around, even put some of the people down and bring in, fresh ideas. Because I think all of it, but the problem too is that the president doesn't believe that. I think he believes they're doing well. I mean, if you listen to his utterances, at these cabinet meetings, don't listen to the noise in the market and all of that stuff. He probably believe they're doing well. And with that kind of mentality, you can understand why he hasn't carried out any kind of major, reshuffle. But I think a lot of people agree it is overdue. Musa Belite said as much today on his interview that he believes the president should have carried out a reshuffle a long time ago, and probably even bringing some fresh ideas into the government. So I think that the point that Dr. Tape is making is in place. But you can understand why he may not be a credible messenger and why people like Daniel Sando feel emboldened, you understand me, to rubbish, like our people say in Liberia, his call. But one, Daniel Sanders doesn't feel any obligation to Luther Tappe. He's not his chairman. Two, Luther Tappe himself has right now everything he does, I think, is interpreted through the lens of someone who is still seeking, a job in the government. But I think his call that he's making, if we remove the messenger, I think the message and leave the messenger out of it, I think the message he's putting forth is something that they need to really pay attention to. I think Luther is channeling. He has his ears on the ground, and I think he's hearing what the people are saying, and he knows what people feel this government is doing. So I think his call is in place. If I were Daniel Sano or the president or people in his kitchen cabinet, they need to listen to what he's saying. Forget about who is saying it, but I think they need to pay attention to what he's saying.
Sarah, when we're talking about honor performance, I think Luther Tappe will be number one on that list. They should have said, okay, we'll start with you. You honor performing, giving us black eye, you're doing all this stuff, we're giving us negative press, you took the people money, you were the first chairman to protest at the president door, you did all of these things, you gotta go.
But first of all, is he supposed to even be on the job and be chairman in the first place? Isn't that a violation? My thing is, he's right for voicing out his opinion as to who are, not performing well, and maybe that could include himself, like you said, because as chairman, first of all, he should not be in that position. He's serving on the NPA board or whatever, and with all that thing that happened with the people money, inauguration money, and all of that, look, Mr. Gayman, the Liberian people were pranked by these people. They were heavily pranked by these people, I'm telling you. And little by little, Liberian people are getting to see the true color of these people. President Barker said a lot of times he don't know what's going on. He does not know what's going on. They go to the old man, lie to him, say all kinds of lies to him, and he believed them because, well, they are his lieutenants. But these people pranked the Liberian people, and they are getting to see. Look at an educated government like Unity Party they claim to be. Up to now, at this moment as we speak, Phoebe Hospital is shut down. Like every hospital that President Barker built, President Weah government built, look at it. I'm pretty sure that nothing is going on over there. I don't know what the people do with the Liberian people money. You got I don't know how many $1 billion budget, and still people don't have resources. This is ridiculous. What are they doing? They not make all the budget fat. Speaker budget increase, deputy speaker budget increase, protein budget increase, executive budget increase. What the Liberian people will get?
Their poverty increase.
Okay. These people, the Liberian people, were pranked by the United Party people. Okay? They were pranked. These people have nothing to offer in Liberia. They were passing around bragging about roads in President Barker's Sona or Fishtown Road were paved. None of that so dusty and muddy roads. They're talking about Medina Road being to do. I don't see the project going on even at this point. Medina Road being paved. Those are liars. Man.
Thank you. Honorable Pewee, we had surpassed our time here. We overdue. Let me start with Victor. Victor, come on close.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, Sarah go because Victor gone. I think
Victor gone. Yeah, thank you guys for the show. Like I said, it had been a while since I came on because I was mourning my friend. May her soul rest in peace. We lay her to rest. Thank all of you. I thank all of you guys for your prayers and and stuff like that. But let us all take care of ourselves. Let us all, don't forget our checkups and stuff. A lot of things are going on. I just saw today one of our good friends, Just Prince Sherman, passed too. I saw his picture on Facebook. I don't know what he said what he suffered from, but that is very, very sad. I didn't know him personally, but I saw him a couple of times, and I watched him bury his wife. I think his wife died a couple of years ago, which was very sad. And today I saw this sad news My girlfriend is very close to him. She called me crying on the phone. It was very sad. Very, very sad. So let us all, nobody know what time they will fall down. That's true. But let's just take care of ourselves, you know, do our checkups and things, you know, check on our numbers. When I say numbers, I mean our, you know, our blood reading, our blood pressures, our blood sugar, you know, all the little small thing. Take a look at it. Visit your cardiologist if you can, if you need to, you know, stuff like that. But great show, Mr. Gilman. Thank you all for holding the show, and we look forward to another day. Thank you.
Thank you. Victor, are you there? Okay. Victor, wife called him. He didn't do it. Honeydew. He's going to do it. Tomalin, are you there? Okay.
Money sleepy.
Oh, you got. I can hear.
Victor, yeah.
Victor, go ahead with your closing.
My wife said, "Malia alone." But listen, thank you. I joined you guys late, but I followed some of what you said, and you know, I think I will latch onto the last one here. I think the president really needs to pay attention to the call to reshuffle. And, you know, I understand why Minister Sano will be jittery, because he might very well be a casualty of a reshuffle because of his conduct, you know. Yeah, so you can understand why he will come out swinging against the party.
Come out insulting people.
Yes, so, you know, I think the president need to give this some serious thought. I don't know how much you talked about the drug investigation, but we're not going to put this down. We will press this government on this something, because our collective fate is they have our fate in their hands. Whatever the way they deal with this, it will determine whether you and I can go to, you know, easily go to Qatar or wherever we want to go. Because if they don't handle this thing properly, it will squeeze us and it will give us a lot of hard time. So I think the CMC is considering that, and I hope other brothers and sisters in the opposition community, zero them, you know, go join, whether through CDCS or through STAN, or, you know, whichever. But it's been great being with you guys.
Great. While I got Sarah here, Victor, my son called me. He, you know, I heard he and his mom talking. His mother said, I told you not to marry. I told you not to date a Puerto Rican girl. Then you go." So I went around and said, "What's going on here?" He said, he's having problem with his girlfriend. So I called him. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I wanted to take her out, and I made a reservation to her favorite restaurant. And then we were going. She said, 'Why are you taking me here? I want to go somewhere else.' I said, 'But honey, you know, you always like to go to, this is your favorite restaurant.' So I made it." She said, "No, take me somewhere else." So you were pulling, and so he called me. He says, "Daddy, you know, how do I deal with these women?" So I said, "Why are you calling me? Why are you calling?" Then he said, "But what did you have a conversation with your dad and the dad? Grandpa had some conversation with his grandfather." So I told him, I said, "You know what? If I told you that I knew the answer to that question, I would play the lotto." I said, "My father never told me, and his father never told me, and I ain't gonna tell you. You're gonna learn the highway. You go out there, go and figure it out." Then I told him, I said, "You think she's giving you a hard time?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Just ask her what she thinking about you." She went to you a jerk. Go ahead. You take us home.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. It was a great show. I will look forward to having another great show moving forward. I think a lot of things unfolding in the country. We're gonna keep our eyes on them. But back to other people that believe that I think the opposition, we have to show more show of strength moving forward, but they are not disorganized as perceived by some of the government's own agents. That is a wrong footing and noting of the opposition community. So we look forward to having more powerful issues. I listened today, and I will be taking some time. I will have to sit down and think very well, sleep maybe between now and the end of next week. I will sit down and just come down here and write that letter. I intend to write the Secretary of State and other world leaders, if you will, about the statement out of the Secretary of State today. I think that they will do everything to dismantle the International Criminal Court, because the International Criminal Court being negatively targeting U.S. citizens. And I think I agree with the Secretary of State on that. And I will also be writing to this president and other that Mr. Charles Taylor be considered released because of some of these things. The fact that the United States is admitting that the International Court is not there for good reason. It's there to target the United States and other things. I think Mr. Taylor being in jail for more than 20 years now, there should be some reason. And I agree with the Secretary of State that the International Court is a useless institution. That they've been targeting other people. That Mr. Taylor was targeted. There was the evidence against him was not strong to send him there for 50 years. You have a lot of other folks around committing same. They're not getting them, but Mr. Taylor is a victim of circumstances. So we will join that. It's a personal campaign I'm going to start, and it's good that I've been thinking about this, but it was a little difficult how to do this. How do you write something? But now that the Secretary of State of the United States said this, that they're going to move to dismantle that court, some of us believe and respect that decision that America should push to disband that useless court. I think it's a useless court.
Do you really think this court is one-sided? So I mean,
yeah, I think so. I think yeah, I agree. I think they are one-sided.
Putin is a wonder man. You know that.
Come again.
Vladimir Putin. There's a warrant out for his arrest. You know that.
Have they informed? Okay, it's good I asked the way you asked me just now. The warrant is out for Putin.
Yes.
The warrant is out for
Netanyahu.
For Netanyahu.
Yes.
And the rest of the folks.
Milosevic, I think Milosevic is still in jail, right?
Milosevic was not he was decapitated. That's why they got him.
No, but I'm just trying to look at the argument that it is
Milosevic didn't have the power that why they got him. They go for people that have weaker international system. They got here.
But the U.S. has a strong international.
The point I'm coming to, and that's the point the United States is always pushing. They are one-sided. They are indeed one-sided. They have the conservative European judges that bring up with one-sided knee-jerk approaches they bring to bear on this thing. We will support the world's most powerful country to take that decision to dismantle this court.
Okay, Sylvester, will you support the other idea to dismantle IMF too?
No, it's IMF, and that's a brilliant argument.
There you go.
It's IMF. Is IMF facing problem or they causing more problem for African countries?
They are causing.
Whenever you subscribe to IMF, a lot of things they stop you from doing. If you honor IMF, they say you can go take money from the Chinese. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. I will push for that and push to have the World Bank to stay. The World Bank is there for different approach. That World Bank issue to help and bring about development, do massive thing of the country. But the IMF system, the guy is not a bottleneck here. And it's good that you brought this point out. And I will push about it.
IMF got changed around it.
The international court, that one of the things that suffered the we administration. They brought about this. A lot of things that people didn't know. These knuckleheads were criticizing the we are government. They didn't understand. It was the IMF that came out and said that you have to do this. It was not the government that brought the whole harmonization thing. It was the IMF that pushed the government to do that. And unfortunately, sometimes when you have a poor country system not there, and we always have to subscribe and subject the subservient attitude, push the government to do what the government did. The government said, because if you don't put your wage bill, we cannot do this, you cannot fit into certain program. And in those programs, you can't leave again. You say you're going to get different things from outside of that. So I think the IMF attitude is something that have to be revisited. But meanwhile, Marco Rubio's statement is one of the most powerful statements of all time from any Secretary of State of the United States in recent history to say that, to disband that international court so that we move on. But part of that, while it is in making already to have it disbanded, we look forward to working for them to have clemency and get Mr. Taylor out so he can come back and retire, live his rest of his old age in Liberia. He turned 80 years in 2 years, 1.5 years from now. 1.5 years. Because we have the next 6 months of 5 months to the end of this year. Then so it's about 12 and 5. So we got about 17 months. He's going to be 80 years old. By January of 2028, January 28 of 2028 will be the 80th anniversary of Mr. Charles Garguah Taylor, who pushed that on humanitarian ground for now. He should be released or come back to the country. A lot of people perpetrated violence in Liberia. He's the only president in the need of the same nonsense about Sierra Leone thing. They got in jail for no justifiable reasons. And we saw during the hearing of that court that the evidence adduced against Mr. Taylor did not meet the weight of whatsoever punishment that he got. This got to stop, Mr. Nagbe. And we're going to
good luck with that, my brother. But let me quickly tell you. And I know I've already closed, so it's down time. But I disagree with your assertion that the international code is biased. We just talk about Slobodan Milosevic. He's from Eastern Europe.
It's not me that's saying it. It's the Secretary of State of America.
Yeah, but Rubio doesn't know a thing he's talking about. He's just doing Trump bidding. Yeah, he doesn't. I disagree with him. And all that thing he's doing, what he's doing is all the crime they're committing against immigrants in this country here. They want to preempt what is going to happen when they leave power. That's what they're doing that for. So good luck with that. Let them go ahead. If they want to pull out, they're not supporting the work.
The Biden government pushed for this. Joe Biden pushed for this when they did that in Netanyahu. Joe Biden pushed for that also.
He did,
and Biden government did.
The same argument can be made about the U.S. government. I think the U.S. government right now, their outlook on international collaboration is just really tainted. So you can go ahead and write your letter. I'll be happy to read it. I'll be, take my popcorn and read it with it. And
no, but I don't want you to read it. That's for the reading sake. I'm support it. You support it. That's because you don't read it and put it in the trash can. No, read it, support it.
Let the people read it.
Joseph Worker. Gonna have campaign for our Kennedy.
Joseph Worker want to run for president at 85. Charles Taylor is 78. He's a spring chicken compared to Joseph Worker, so he can still run when he comes back.
Of course not.
Taylor's a very strong man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tomalin George.
And he's still looking good.
Yes, look, but on a serious note, though, I always felt that Taylor wasn't treated fair. He shouldn't be in jail for 50 years, while many of those who committed atrocities and who committed the most heinous crime, they are running around scot-free. I don't think it was fair to him, honestly. And if you look at even the Liberian government's own obligation, the only one can ask for him. If they ask the national court to release Taylor to them, they will give him to them to serve.
But Tammy, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Who pushed for Taylor's arrest, for Taylor to go to the international court? Who pushed for that? Wasn't it George Bush?
They're not George Bush.
No.
George Bush only said
Taylor was in Nigeria.
Only said that George Bush said Taylor should leave, and then they asked him, Taylor don't leave. You say, I will not take no for an answer. All he said
exactly, but now the push I'm talking
about. He didn't say.
Mr.
Nagbe, the very court is also put an arrest warrant for George Bush for what happened in Iraq. So the very court. So the America don't believe in that court.
They don't believe in the court.
If they go not for that court, you tell us to leave. That's all. You should step aside.
Okay, who was president when the name what did it Obasanjo? Was it Obasanjo who was?
Yeah, it was Obasanjo in Nigeria.
To turn him over. Who said that?
No. Bush only said that at the time when they said Taylor escaped, and Bush said, there wasn't something that Taylor he escaped, and Obasanjo knew very well that Taylor did not escape.
Escape from what?
He did not escape, but
he escaped. He tried to elude arrest to go to the international court. He was going to go to the Hague.
Mr. 1 minute. Georgie, 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Mr. Nagbe, I agree with you for that small for study portion that Bush was playing to Ellie card. Ellie was pushing for Taylor because Ellie wanted to be. She felt that when Taylor is for president, so Bush was doing that.
So she
but later he know that the very international court went after him to the international court.
But even at that,
that's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. That the U.S.
But Mr. Nagbe, don't forget now, when Taylor left Liberia, they said that Obasanjo said, I will not be harassed. Don't harass me. The only person of Taylor want to be Liberian government. That's how when Taylor was brought to Liberia, and Taiwan, the one who served his right to him and arrested him because he killed why he brought to Liberia for. Because Obasanjo said, I will not be Taylor to nobody besides Liberian government. Why he brought to Liberia for, he arrested in Liberia. So I think on a serious note, he also been serving after 50 years in jail for what? While other people running around here scot-free? No, it's not fair. And I pray that America will pressure Liberia to request that Taylor be released. I pray for that, yes. But on another thing, let me say this though. Look, you know, on a serious note, if like I was talking to some folks, right? If Liberian will sit down and allow a somewhat-year-old man who's not even too well to become president for the second time, then that country is really a joke. On a serious note, President Barker should not even be thinking about running for a second time. Well, I say that right or not, I don't care. The woman right now, is he in control of anything in that country right now? He in control. No, he came to the airport. They asked him about. He said, "What he says there?"
I leave it with them.
I go there, and then they make a teacher out of it. They get plaque out of it. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. That arrogance I don't like. The arrogance. I mean, Liberia is on a good trajectory right now. No, that be frank. The country is not. The country is hard, and Burger just running the country just by little bit. Okay, they are supporting my second term. God, for a second term, my people. If I'm not saying no, if our Burger now, he can find somebody to run, replace him. For himself, no. That gentleman has been selfish to the country, being very selfish to the country. I don't think he should even be running a second term. I mean, his age and everything can come into play. But yet and still, they're pushing for that. That's wrong. And those who are putting it, let it continue. But it's left with the opposition, left with Liberian people to now sit down and re-elect, and it is not almost be 19-year-old man to reach a second-term president to get our country where. But so let's see what happens. It's on everyone's responsibility now to ensure that shouldn't happen. Okay, those who pushing for supporting it are because they are selfish. They are for greed, not love of country. Love of country. Let me frank. I mean, the world, everybody moving the world, moving, and Liberia behind the country are behind. You think that serious thing there? But look, Mr. Cummings, I really saw his speech today. I think one of the most powerful speeches I gave in recent time. I think Mr. Cummings is listening because he's taking a step further that if the national community get involved, he's going to go after the Burger government. Yes, that's what I want to see opposition leader do. Don't make speech, flowery speeches. No, give them. Say, look, we'll move a step further. We'll cover the national intervention in Liberia. This issue with the drug crisis. Put pressure on the government. The government. Look, the reason why Burger is doing it because you might have pressure them. But it's coming started to start making some tour around Africa, going around Africa and other countries, and tell them, look, our country is in a serious problem. We need an intervention. You got to get involved because our country is becoming a narco state. Be making that kind of move. Be going from making an African tour, visiting West African sub-regional leaders, ECOWAS leaders, making other tours from other Western leaders. Trust me, the minute Liberia go for any international meeting, they'll confront them. They'll say, "But what we hearing so? What reading so?" But, that's what the opposition leaders should be doing in Liberia. I think his speech was very powerful today. It was forceful, but now is the ANC folks now, the honor obligation now to take that speech and run on various platforms to double down on the speech. That's how you do it. To keep that speech going forward, not just he gave the speech today. In fact, by the way, let me announce, Mr. Cummings informing today that he'll be coming to the closing argument. So he'll be making his debut in the closing argument, a special guest in the next 2-3 weeks. He'll be coming to the closing argument. And we're pushing on that speech more. But we want to commend him for that. That speech was very powerful, but effective. I think that the kind of speech you want to see opposition leader giving. And also Musa, Benedict from CMC call for protest. That's what we'll see happen. You make it, look, don't just talk. Go take a step further. Put the government under pressure. But because if it's one of the guys that goes and insult people at the press briefing, they do it and they make fun of other people because they're not under pressure. But trust me, it was you are putting the guys under pressure where Musa then calling for protest and they're leading the protest with other civil groups. The government will paralyze. They will know that it's serious because business people will say, well, we can't open our businesses. Investors will say, we can't come to Liberia because right now the country is not stable. Okay? We got to put pressure on the government because you see the person comes from Turkey, he comes to the airport, asks a serious question, and he just get a poor cheek. He don't even have a press conference. He don't even address the nation, but he get a poor cheek. And then next thing you see the MD for Freeport, he put a t-shirt away. making fun of the Liberian people. You see it? They think of a joke. But there's no pressure on them. But I thought the ANC folks, the speech that Cummings gave today, don't just let it stand at all. Take that speech, run with it. I want to see the likes of his very sorry kids go forward. Go to the Vera platform. Go on the OKFM. Go on. You can go on other platform and double down on that speech. That's what you need to do. Put serious pressure on this government to ensure that this issue of drug is discussed. Don't just get a speech and leave it. And I'm glad he came in a closing argument too, which I trust that all you guys will be on the closing argument when he comes, and we're pushing forward on that speech. But I think it was a great speech, and they should make progress with it too. And any two, I want to thank the Emmanuel Nuku Reach Foundation for what they're doing in Basel. That's a great intervention in Basel. And I don't know, but I know what I was told this evening by people texting. That thing, I'm very sure the candidates there in Basel and they live with worry. I think Boston said, if I were there, I'd be worried. It's true though, be worried. I know it's simple, he's not involved in our politics, but he decided to say, well, I will endorse John Brown or Peter Paul. The other candidate will be worried. That needs to happen. Make them to work harder. Okay. I hear about the Young Bleed Care Foundation. They're giving them, they send a girl $50,000. I don't know for what. I mean, why Buchanan Government Hospital is going through all the hardship and giving that kind of money. So I think the pressure should come. But I'll end on this, Mr. Gayman. The opposition now should get serious, to put pressure. Don't just give speech, you take a step. And you go forward. You go on ECOWAS leaders, call on Western leaders to get involved. If you start doing that, trust me, Papa will get serious. He will ask for people, he will start asking press conferences to address the issue. But right now, he didn't care. He take for a joke. So he get your cheek and move on. Nothing happened. And that's the way he did. You were in it. I mean, I get a problem with that though. Your son is doing something, you want to check your son in a nightclub, it's up to you. But again, hypocrisy involved. If we had done it too, when a son that was singing song too, they go watching, they'll say, so we are going in that club. Why you see, but Boga went in that club, that ain't a big deal. I don't get a problem with that because that your son singing music, no problem. But the hypocrisy is too much. The problem I got. Don't just say these things. So CMC, ANC, and LPDP, all the bureau political parties, it is time that you guys take it serious. Because if you don't do it, I keep warning you, our tier wave will be compelled to come. Right now, we monitoring you. The tier wave will come, and you're taking for a joke. If you're taking for a joke, the tier wave will be forced to come, but we're still coming. We're not going to give up. So you have to do your best. It's about time. Very serious. Thank you, Mr. Gayman.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience and your participation. We read most of your comments. We sent shout out to your neighborhood. We'd like to know what was on your mind. The calls from Freedom FM was very nice. Everything flowed real along. That was a great partnership they got. Whoever pulled that off did an excellent job. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's do this again tomorrow. Let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods. We'll see you tomorrow. For me, I would say you shut down the court after charter of service turn. You're going to shut it down. Okay, guys. See you guys tomorrow. I know they will kill me when I leave.
I said, I'm for the workout. Who gonna find out now?
No,
no final.
Tomorrow. Wednesday.
Spain, Argentina, France, and England.
No, France.
No, I'm just saying the 4 teams that are going forward.
Oh, okay, yeah.
France, England.
Tomorrow is Argentina and tomorrow is Spain and France, right?
Spain,
then France is Tuesday. Then Wednesday is Argentina and England.
Yeah. Somebody predicted that Spain, that will happen. Argentina and France to the final this year. Somebody predicted that will happen.
Yeah, everybody says that.
That's it. France is the #1 favorite for the World Cup. Then Argentina is named second.
Yeah.
And then Spain is there. So, and people turning up, and then we're looking at England. But I'm of the mindset that England and France will go for the World final.
I believe that Argentina will recapture the World Cup.
I think England can beat Argentina on
Wednesday. Spain looks strong. Spain looks strong though. I think they said they have considered one goal.
One goal. The last game they play.
The winner of the Spain-France game to me will win the World Cup. The winner of that game, that is the real final.
That's a crack team. That's a crack game.
Yes. Spain is the European champion, reigning European champions. Okay? And anybody who win that game, I think you got an upper hand. For Argentina, they have been escaping by the skin of the teeth and some help here and there. I don't think they will do that to France or England. I don't think they can do that.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I believe that England can beat them on that.
I got to wear best player, man.
Man, come on. Yeah, when they help me, he flopped too much, man. He
scored a goal by himself, man. Nobody helped him score goals.
Oh, come on
now. He's an extraordinary player.
Also, all the penalties that he gave, most of the goals were penalty too.
He's an extraordinary player.
You can't play a man far in the box. You can't catch a man in the box.
It must be far. That's what we're saying. We know that.
You take a man in the box from behind, that's far.
Yeah. Okay. Messi almost broke somebody's foot. They didn't call it. He kicked people. They don't call it. Some of those things supposed to carry red card. They don't call it. Then you see when somebody touch him, they shouldn't do that. The men of my men are here in Miami. We play in Miami, so we want here, but he flopped too much. I mean, and that favoritism, that's not nice. But God, let's do it tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night.